Good morning. It's 7 a.m. on Friday, August 12th. Your government taco forecast today in Baton Rouge. Expect to see cloudy skies with a high of 83. Follow Government Taco on Instagram at GOVT Taco for monthly and daily specials. Coming up on OTB, we talk to LSU commit Shelton Sampson in a few minutes, and Rivers Huey joins us in studio at 9 a.m. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN. Or watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome into OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Mario, and Paulie hanging out with you today. It is Friday, people. That's right, baby. The weekend. Well, it already was here, but now it's officially here as today we will push through this last day of work, and then we will go enjoy the fruits of our labor. Everybody is working for the weekend. A wise person once said, and it appears that weird work has finally paid off, as there are no Sunday scaries, only Friday potential here with the 48 hours of whatever you want to do laying out in front of us currently. So we're going to have ourselves today. We got to go to LSU practice yesterday, so we got some firsthand observations to break down. In hour number 3, Rivs is going to come in. I actually haven't confirmed that, but I'm pretty sure she is. And
yeah, we didn't do that.
We'll drink some Coors Light and have some fun and whatnot. A lot of random stories to get to in the NFL in hour 2. I'm going to show you probably a reporter keeping it as real as I could imagine for in-house team media with Carson Wentz. A video that kind of blew my mind. Tom Brady taking a 10-day break. The Patriots not having an OC. An Antonio Brown quote that makes me smile. We got a Kyrie story. We got a Larry Nance story, all coming up in hour number 2. Some bluegrass drama. As, I know this is very close and dear to Jake's heart, as John Calipari coming after the Kentucky football program yesterday. And in hour number 1, we're going to kick off the show with Shelton Sampson Jr. He will be joining us live from his vehicle outside of school.
That all sounded a little sketch.
It sounds weird.
This is planned out.
It also sounds less weird in a world where he probably makes more money than both of us next year.
Yeah.
For whatever that is worth, right? Like
that's fair.
It was weirder when they didn't make as much money. I'm talking by they, I mean, these young college athletes. So it makes it a little less weird, I suppose. But we'll talk to Shelton Sampson Jr. coming up at 7:10. And then we will give you our practice breakdown probably for the rest of the hour. I would imagine after that as we chop all things up. LSU football. Also, Saints preseason on the way. Last practice yesterday. Maybe we'll do what we did yesterday where we consistently tease a recap of Saints practice only to never talk about it.
We could do it.
In the entire 3-hour show. Don't tempt me. I'll do it again.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
So to be clear, though, we're going to be a little short in this segment, but then we'll come back with Shelton Sampson Jr. What's up, Jake?
Can I tell you, because, we're going to be short and we're not going to be able to do a deep dive into our practice observations just yet. My favorite thing about yesterday outside of the practice, so the entire Baton Rouge media and New Orleans media was out at practice yesterday.
Yeah.
And right towards the end, right before team started, it started to rain. And, Bubba Gup, rain, the fattest raindrops you've ever seen.
Fat. Why were they so thick?
Thick old raindrops.
I mean, these things, they could have started an OnlyFans. They'd be richer than us as well. These are some thick raindrops.
They were. But so the media just starts to scramble. I mean, just take a run for it to try to get underneath something so they didn't get rained on. Look, I'm sitting there. I'm like, I waited all day to watch team.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not going to go run and hide and try to avoid this rain.
No.
And I look over, and my co-host is the only other person that wasn't trying to hide from the rain because, damn it, we were there to watch team.
Just a couple of football guys, dude.
And, it did my heart good.
Just a couple of gritty football guys doing football guys things.
And we got to give a shout-out to Brody.
Yes.
Because
yes.
I think
Brody was
Brody
the
saw the fact that we were the only two out there and said, you know what? I'm from the Midwest.
Yep.
I've got enough grit to be out here as well.
Yep.
And he joined us. So shout
former
out.
high school O-lineman as well.
Well, there was
Right,
another former high school offensive lineman that was sure hiding from the rain.
Who's that?
Use your imagination.
Oh, man. It was very fun. It was maybe a bit of dumb masculinity, but it is what it is, dude. I ended up soaking wet, but it was worth it because I had an excellent angle on team drill. And yes, I wasn't going there to watch walkthrough. I wanted to see what actually happened in team drill. And so we will get to all of that. Mario, how you feeling today?
Feeling great. How are you guys?
Doing well. And, we're going to fake it till we make it today. A little bit of senioritis on this Friday, but you know what? We're going to lock in. I think we'll get into the flow of the show. I think we're going to have a good time. Paulie, how you feeling today?
I'm good. Ready for this weekend.
Yes. Hell yes, dude. Oh, and shout out to all the baseball heads. Seems like the Field of Dreams game was really cool last night. If you're into the MLB, it is one thing that the MLB has definitely gotten right when it comes to the new age of sports, which is few and far between in that sport. So good on them. All right, let's go ahead and go, like I said, early break here. Then when we get back, we'll kick this segment off with a Shelton Sampson Jr. interview live from his vehicle. And after that, we will spend the rest of the hour breaking down practice from yesterday. Keep it locked right here on 104.5 ESPN.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What if I told you there was an amazing treatment that could give you back your energy, help you sleep better, improve your gains in the gym, and likely help your sex life as well? This is Jeff for the Baton Rouge Men's Clinic, and that treatment exists. It's called testosterone replacement therapy, and if you're low T, you'll likely be thrilled with the results. Testosterone replacement therapy provides a host of benefits. If you're like most of the men we treat, you'll feel so much more like the guy you used to be, with better sleep patterns, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and a higher libido. At the Baton Rouge Men's Clinic, we've treated thousands of men for low T. Our protocols are highly effective, with most men seeing results in a few weeks. So give us a call. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. Plus, we have plans starting as low as $499. Call 225-323-8000. That's 225-323-8000. Or go to BatonRougeMen'sClinic.com. Baton Rouge Men's Clinic, the leader in men's sexual health.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning.
And inviting you to join me along with coaches Todd Black and Jimmy Roy as we kick off another season of Louisiana Prep Weekly. LHSA Executive Director Eddie Bonine joins us Sunday night at 6 live from Walk-Ons in Town Center on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Esther and T-Bob, the 2022 LAB Prestige Award winner for Best Sports Radio Show, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob and Jake Martin. Paulie hanging out with you today. And right now, let's go to the phone lines live outside of Calic High. We got our guy, the 5-star Shelton Sampson Jr., recently committed to LSU. A lot to break down with Shelton about this class, Brian Kelly, Cortez Hankton himself, so much to talk about. Shelton, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Oh, no problem. I'm doing good.
Hey, okay, so one thing that I found very interesting, Shelton, is that when you committed on Twitter and whatnot, the kind of phrase that you kept using was hashtag why not? And it's fascinating to me because in Brian Kelly's first ever meeting with the team back in January, that was the same thing he said, right? He was like, when people could ask me, why would you leave Notre Dame? Why would you do this? And to me, when I looked at LSU, it was really, why not? Is that kind of the messaging that this coaching staff sold you on during this recruiting process?
No, I mean,
wow.
I ain't even know that he said that in the interview. That was just
crazy.
That was just something I came up with, me and my people.
Oh, okay, dude. So alignment, inherent alignment there between you and Kelly. Take me to your recruiting process though here, Shelton, because obviously a major coaching change taking place at LSU. A lot of things being built back from the ground up. How did you feel when they decided to move on? And then how did this new staff kind of start to get in touch with you and persuade you to keep your talents right here in Baton Rouge?
Well, you can repeat the first part of the question?
Yeah. No, it was just kind of like when they made the initial move, right? And they move on from Coach O, and then they hire Brian Kelly. How were you affected as somebody who was being recruited by LSU already?
I mean, it was kind of unexpected, but I mean, I was just anxious to see who they were gonna hire, and they did. They made a good hire. On my first unofficial with the new coaching staff, Brian Kelly re-offered me, told me how he wanted to keep me in Baton Rouge, so that meant a lot.
So who'd you lean on during this process? Because everybody kind of leans on different people, right? Did you go in and was it you and your family? Did your family say, hey, this is up to you, we're going to allow you to make this decision on your own? Like, who did you kind of consult with before you made the decision to commit to LSU?
I mean, my parents told me it was my decision, but at the same time, it was still me and my family.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting, Shelton, because being a hometown kid can go one of two ways. Sometimes guys want to get out. Sometimes they want to stay, and they want to be close to family. They want to put it on for the city. What does it mean to you that you will now be continuing your playing career right here in Baton Rouge?
I mean, it means everything. I've been playing here my whole life, so to be able to continue that at a college level, that's second to none.
All right, so you've been getting recruited for years, but I have to imagine now you're going to become the recruiter.
Yeah.
I know that there's some guys out there that are undecided, some maybe that have decided elsewhere. Like, I know just from following your stuff on Twitter that you're excited to go out there and get a lot of other very talented players to LSU in this class.
Right. We just had one committed last night or Wednesday night.
Are you working on Kylan for tomorrow?
Most definitely.
Hey, how about this? So in the hype video on Twitter, there's a great little sequence, right, where it shows an Odell one-handed catch, a Jarvis one-handed catch, and then you have a one-handed catch. When you look at specifically Louisiana wide receivers that have gone to LSU, the NFL lineage is kind of insane. What was it like for you growing up here and watching Odell and Jarvis and James Wright and all of these other guys? What was it like watching them firsthand?
I mean, it was crazy. Them guys was crazy in college. I mean, Odell, Jarvis, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. I look up to all those guys.
All right, so now that you've already committed, your high school season is about to start. Do you feel like you can almost just relax knowing that you've already made your decision? You've got a team in Catholic, always high expectations to go win state titles. Is that something that first, like you wanted to do, go ahead and get it out of the way before the season started? Kind of what do you expect from the high school season this year?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't going to say relax, but, I mean, it definitely takes some pressure off my shoulders getting that out the way. And, I mean, for the season, I'm trying to win state.
Yeah.
So, three-peat.
I mean, it's insane what y'all do over there at Catholic. How about this, Shelton? Talk to me about Cortez Hankton a little bit. That was a big get for Brian Kelly's staff from UGA. Cortez, Louisiana guy himself, coming back. How did he? What was your relationship with him like as he kind of got into recruiting you late here?
My relationship with Coach Hankton is good. I mean, I know being coached by Coach Hankton, I'm going to be developed not only on the field, but as a young man, my character too. So my mom, she feel like I'm in great hands.
Did you grow up going to LSU games when you could, Sheldon?
Yeah, when I could.
Are you excited to run through those doors and get out there in Death Valley?
Yeah, most definitely. I can't wait.
So when you're looking at this senior year, Jake kind of asked you about it, and yeah, now you can focus on, like you said, the 3P, right? When you look at your individual skill set, though, like what are you looking to improve on? What do you most need to improve?
I'd say leadership. Like, not saying that's like on the field skill, but like just my leadership, being more vocal, being an example for the young guys on the team.
Hell yeah, man. Well, Shelton, we wish you the best of luck. What was it like, okay, last one here, emotionally, because so much was riding on you committing, not just like from getting you, who is a very good talent, but symbolically, right? Everybody wants the best Louisiana players to stay in Louisiana. What did it feel like seeing the celebration and the outpouring of support when you put on the purple and gold?
I mean, it was just crazy. I mean, I can't even really explain it. I mean, it just didn't feel real. It seemed like the whole city was behind me, supporting me. So, I mean, it just meant the world to me.
Shelton Sampson Jr., 5-star wide receiver, now coming to LSU, man. Have a great day at school. Have a kick-ass senior year. And I know I speak for a lot of LSU fans where they cannot wait to see you in Death Valley. You have a great day, man.
All right, you too.
All right, take it easy, Shelton. I have so much trouble saying that. Shelton Sampson.
Shelton Sampson.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a she-sells by the Steve Swerve Jr. All right, let's dive into a practice review here. Jake, let's there's many places in which we start. Should we start in the most obvious? I mean, everybody wants to talk about quarterback. That's what every article is about today, is how the quarterback reps are breaking down.
Which we we were joking and like, yep, there's going to be some hot takes coming out. Look, you got the media out there at practice. You've got a quarterback battle. You've got one of your quarterbacks in the quarterback competition that's nicked up and not full go right now, and just prophesized a little bit that that's what was going to happen. I mean, when you have a quarterback battle, you know this, T. I mean, you're just clamoring to write the story because people are clamoring to hear the story, to read the story. And so, yeah, we can start there.
Well, and to be fair, like from what I've read in most places, I don't think it's inaccurate. Most stuff is just saying that right now Jaden Daniels appears to be in the lead. The tough part of all of this is the Garrett Nussmeier piece, because with that tweaked ankle, we don't exactly know what his role or rep split would have been. The other tough part is only seeing one practice. You don't know what happened the other day, right? Like the same way that Jaden Daniels took the majority of the ones today, maybe Garrett Nussmeier took the majority of the ones at a different practice, or maybe Miles Brennan did. So again, a lot of camp is trying to describe what's going on in a room while looking through like a tiny little keyhole. That said, the practice would seem to have reinforced maybe the idea that Nuss and Daniels may be a step ahead of Brennan at this point. Do you agree or disagree?
I think if you go off the rotation,
yeah,
because the rotation was yesterday, it was Daniels, and then obviously we've heard reports that Nussmeier has been getting some reps as well. So if you look at that rotation, there was a couple plays Miles made yesterday. I mean, there was a highlight to Brian Thomas, obviously. So Miles is still, I don't think it's firmly closed or anything as far as the competition. And you didn't say that. I'm just saying I still think there is an open competition, but they're starting to become maybe that pecking order that we talked about, because after about 8-9 days in camp, that's typically when that happens.
Well, it's weird because Champ made a point in the chat earlier. He's like, we keep being told that Daniels is the guy, but all of the highlight throws coming out are from Miles the majority of the time. And that is true. I think there's a couple inescapable things right now, though, and one of them is Jaden Daniels' athleticism, right? The ability to run, at least at the level that he can, is just a skill set that the others do not have. But that said, Daniels also has the worst arm out of the three. The difference is, while Miles has those big-time moments, I don't know about you, Jake, I felt like some of the decision-making was still maybe just a tick slow. Like Miles' arm potential is the best, and that deep ball was beautiful and on time and perfect. But some of the other plays, if that ball was coming out a little bit faster and the decision-making about where to go with it just a little more threatening, I feel like he would maybe be overcoming the athleticism of Daniels at this point. But at least in the very limited window in which we saw, I would say maybe that's what's holding him back a bit.
Does the offensive line, to you, maybe dictate some of this as well, like depending on how they hold up?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's where it gets weird, because one of my big takeaways from practice yesterday was that I was way more impressed with the offensive line than I expected to be. Like, this is going to be a good O-line, I think. Like, really good. Like, Anthony Bradford looks like a dominant right tackle. He's just so wide. You can't bull rush him because he's so heavy. You can't really run around him because he's so wide, but he has the feet. Like this O-line, and then if Dellinger can make the calls, which, one of the best parts about practice is kind of doing recon and talking to coaches and staff members and other people, and there seems to be a firm belief that Dellinger is more than smart enough to make those calls. Yeah, man, I came away very excited about the offensive line, so I don't think it's a situation where they're like, oh, we're going to rely on Daniels because the O-line's bad and he has to make up for that. It may, again, just be that the threat represented by Daniels' legs and arm combination at this point is greater than something like just Miles's arm, which you can overcome that. Like, you can overcome a lack of athleticism, but you have to be dangerous and quick in that decision-making. And when you're hitting that back foot, that ball has to come out, and it has to be going to the right place in tight windows consistently. And that is incredibly hard to do. That's why there are only like 12 people on the earth at any given time that can do it to a level that their NFL fan base deems acceptable.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there. And there was a play yesterday, Jaden Daniels is a quarterback, and they get a bull rush from the left guard position, I believe it was, getting pushed back to the quarterback a little bit. And then Jaden kind of stepped up. He stepped out on the run, and he hit someone coming across that had the dig route from the slot on the left side. He hit him on the right side as they kind of ran together. And you could tell, like, those are the plays that the coaches love from Jaden Daniels, I think.
Yeah.
The fact that he has that ability to throw on the run. And so it's just such a different skill set. I mean, I don't know if you would agree that you go out there and it just looks completely different depending on which quarterback was in there.
Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely does. And a good coach will tailor, obviously, the offense to your quarterback's strengths and your quarterback's weaknesses, and that's what LSU is going to attempt to do. Again, nothing is set in stone yet here. Injuries happen, heaters happen, where something clicks with a guy and he just starts to come on in a big way. And so you have to continue to let this process play out. It just feels like right now. And I think, Jake, for me, it is impossible to ignore the history of Kelly and Denbrock and the emphasis that they have put on a quarterback being able to create on his own. Not to say that they, are going to go out of their way to do that, but it is something that they are more comfortable with. So it feels like maybe Daniel's in the lead, but it is hard to say without getting to see the Nussmeier piece firsthand. Honestly, I left kind of meh about the offense. Like, I like the offense, but we didn't get to see inside run. I would have loved to get to see inside run and see how they looked on the run blocking portion. Great pass blocking, but like a lot of dropped balls. Not a ton of big plays. There was the one nice touchdown. During third down, I feel like the defense won pretty handily. I guess I left higher in the secondary maybe than I expected to be, given all the hype over the LSU wide receivers. But yeah, I don't know. It's just such a small sample size, but in that small sample size, it didn't feel like a great offensive day.
Yeah. Now, you and I think we were the only people that care, but you and I were watching one-on-ones, the offense and defensive line. So, and the offensive line won that drill.
Which is crazy.
In my opinion.
Yes, I agree.
So there was definitely some moments for the offense, and the offensive line's probably my biggest takeaway from the practice.
Me too.
As far as things that I wasn't really sure of going in. Now, we talked about Bradford last week, but we weren't really sure exactly how that was going to play out. You go out there, you watch him. I forget who he was going against defensively, but like they tried to bull rush. He sat on it. They tried to go inside. He just put his arm and just rode him down the line there. I mean, it was really impressive.
Perfect kick step back in that post with that strong inside
He's really athletic.
Yes.
For his size.
But
and
he's
so
big.
he's a giant. So, like, that's somebody, to be honest, like, we just didn't talk about in the offseason because out of sight, out of mind, didn't practice in the spring. We didn't know what the plan was. And he's kind of been a guy that's played guard and tackle in his LSU career. And there's been times he's been a starter. There's been times he's, not been consistent. But yesterday looked highly consistent. So I do agree with you. The defense won the team drill. I don't think that's any question. They definitely won that. But you can go and you can watch one-on-ones. You see the offensive line when there. And it wasn't in the team drill that the defense got a ton of pressure. There was only one, right?
No, they didn't really get pressure. I think there was one sack maybe with the twos, and then a couple maybe pressures in which Daniels was able to handle it quite nicely and get outside the pocket.
So I thought the offensive line was a bright spot. I know we're going to break down a couple other position groups, but Josh Williams, we talked about him yesterday out there.
Beautiful blitz pickup.
He did. I mean, I forget who it was coming off the edge,
downhill,
but it was loud.
Yeah. That safety, I didn't see who it was, but well, okay, so that's something we can get to next segment because the first grouping of the secondary was another one of the most interesting pieces of practice. But yeah, safety coming down, a late blitz, great vision by Josh Williams. That's why he has a good chance of being the third down back on this team. And it wasn't just recognizing the blitz, but the pickup was a violent thing of beauty. And look, man, I don't want to poo-poo things too much. It felt a little sleepy. It just felt like, and maybe that was partially weather. They're in the just the middle of camp. It sounds weird though. I never would have expected that I could go to practice and the offensive line, what I've called the biggest question mark and the biggest swing position on this team in terms of wins and losses. It shocks me that I could go to practice, see that, feel better about the offensive line than I ever have, and still kind of come away like, the offense, I don't know, I thought they looked all right. I guess it's just that with the O-line piece as solid as they were yesterday, I expected more dynamic playmaking. Right. And we just didn't see that.
Real quick, about like you said, and maybe it felt a little sleepy, can I tell you this? I think it's because you're so used to the opposite. I think you're used to the screaming, the yelling, all the loudness of a college practice. It's a professional model, and I talked about that with Worsham on Tuesday.
It is a professional model,
and that's how a pro practice is, because they're going to break down the tape. They're going to watch the tape. They're going to correct you off the tape. And if you've listened to BK talk, like he talks about that all the time, And it's not one of those ones where we're going to continue to repeat a play that's not working. They're not going to do it out there on the field. They are big about going right into the film room and adjusting it that way, which is a very professional model.
And to be clear, if my biggest concern is the skill, or not concern, but if my biggest takeaway is that the skill positions weren't as dynamic as I expect them to be, well, I think that's probably a sample size issue because I know the talent at those skill positions, right? And I know that they are going to be very good and they're going to cause major problems with people. And I should say this about Jaden Daniels. While I may be kind of being a bit about the quarterback position in general, I did think he looked significantly better than he did in the spring game, in which I was not very impressed with his performance. So we'll see, man. We got to get more eyes on it. It's tough to see because we didn't even get to see inside run, so it's tough to see like 2 or 3 team periods and then try to make all these sweeping conclusions from that. Still some other stuff to get to though. There was a player at a position where somebody needs to show up that I was kind of taken aback by just from a sheer physical standpoint. The secondary grouping was interesting. There's a transfer now from that secondary group. We'll talk about it all next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, check it out. I want you to go to Riverlands Insurance today, the largest progressive agent in the entire state of Louisiana. Voted the #1 insurance workplace in 2022 by Insurance Business Magazine, and they would know. But look, it's not just progressive, right? They represent over 100 insurance carriers writing business right here in Louisiana. So, you're a business owner. You have vehicles that are driven as a part of your business. Don't worry. They got you. Hit up Thomas' email. Jake's about to give you his cell phone number. Let's say you got teenagers starting to drive. Let's say you need rental insurance. Whatever you need, it's all there for you at Riverlands Insurance. Hit up Thomas' email today.
Yeah, you're going to talk to the source. I mean, you're going to talk to the person that is going to help you. You're not just calling an office and hoping you talk to the right person. If you're going to get Thomas's cell phone number, you're going to talk to him directly. He's going to figure it out for you right then, right there. So call Thomas today, 225-206-1517, 225-206-1517.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has $14,000 off MSRP on a new 2021 Ford F-150. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
For a Friday edition of Hunt and Hill, we continue to get some updates from LSU practice, and the Saints are headed to Houston. We'll break down preseason game number 1. Hunt and Hill, noon to 2 weekdays on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Rico Delgado says, T-Bob, the O-line looking good could be a reflection of the defensive front being mid. That is what I call the eternal camp paradox, right? Offense has a good day. Doesn't mean the offense is good or the defense is bad. You can never really know until you get to an actual game day. I like when a team is kind of switching back and forth. A lot of times I feel like that is a sign of a pretty solid team. But again, even then, maybe they both suck. And then you get in a game and it doesn't work out. That said, I look at Mason Smith. I know what B.J. Ojolari's done on this level. I've seen what Jaquelin Roy's done on this level.
And also, make no mistake, like Jaquelin Roy made plays in one-on-ones. We're just saying as a whole. Yeah. Like Jaquelin Roy, I forget who he was going against.
That spin move was...
It was one of the quickest defensive tackle spin moves.
The thing was crazy.
You and I both looked at each other like...
Perfect form, too, where into the spin, you're chopping the hand. There were plays made.
We're
just
saying,
the O-line won the day.
Yeah, they won the one-on-ones.
And if I believe the defensive front to be better than mid, which I do, that's a really good sign for the O-line, and it's quite exciting. How about, one of the plays of the day from a highlight standpoint was Emory Jones, dude, who is huge, by the way. Yeah. He is absolutely massive in that 5-0. And he took one of our good friends of the show, Jacoby Guillory, who came in here in studio the other day and absolutely killed it in incredible shape. He got Jacoby pretty good yesterday. Yeah. Pretty good pancake. God,
one of the highlights of practice.
I'm mad we missed inside run, dude. Yeah. We should mention this, too. Will Campbell looks astounding. To be a freshman and to be violently going toe-to-toe with Ali Gay and then talking that noise and basically saying the Fizdale, like, you ain't gonna rook me, that was, Will Campbell is that guy. He is. He's going to be a dog for the next few years for LSU.
I hate putting too high of expectations on players, and sometimes I'm a little reserved to do so. Will Campbell is the best offensive lineman at LSU since Andrew Whitworth.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way, man. And it makes sense, right? He's one of the most secure kind of in his starting job, and he's never even played a game yet. So credit to him. Okay, other groups. The first grouping of DBs was pretty interesting. And again, all of this. Maybe this guy got the 1 reps this day, another guy gets the 1 reps the other day. But Jarek Bernard-Converse was there as expected. Major Burns and Jay Ward at safety as expected. But here's where it gets a bit interesting. It was McNeese transfer Colby Richardson starting opposite or running with the ones opposite of Jarek Bernard-Converse. I know that a lot of people thought that Mekhi Gardner may be that guy, was kind of locked in there. Now, we don't know about Sevyn Banks yet as he returns from injury, if he factors in or how much.
707 was his limitation yesterday, right?
That's all he did yesterday. So we don't know exactly where he factors into that first group rotation. But Colby Richardson from McNeese, obviously putting his best foot forward with this new staff. And again, I think the defensive secondary did a good job of, for the most part, shutting down a lot of these skill weapons yesterday. And then the nickel, it was Sage Ryan taking reps with the ones. And I guess where that gets interesting is that Fouché and Brooks, two proven SEC starters that came over from Arkansas, were running with the second team yesterday. And I know that throughout the summer, we had kind of had them penciled in as potential starters.
Yeah, that was interesting, and we'll see like maybe what that rotation is like if we went out there, let's say today. Let's see if maybe they're flipping some of the guys there, but it's definitely newsworthy because we, like you mentioned, coming over from Arkansas, played in the SEC. We talked about it at Media Days, the first person to grab the boot after Arkansas beat LSU. But it is, to me, really good to see Sage Ryan going out there and competing. Sage Ryan, five-star guy, somebody that was in and out a little bit last year. It's good to see him locked in, engaged, and being, given the task to, hey, let's see if you can go out there and win the nickel job. So Sage Ryan being out there was something I think is a very big positive.
If he wins the job, then it's important because Greg Brooks is a proven nickel in the SEC, so you will have beaten out a guy who is proven to be successful on this level. And as a five-star recruit, nothing is guaranteed to you as a five-star, but let's be honest. If you are a five-star recruit, the vast majority of the time, your physical ceiling, like your actual talent ceiling, is going to be higher than many others. So if your five-star recruit is now beating out a guy who's a proven SEC starter, that's a very good sign for what he could end up being. So interesting there in the secondary. I know the secondary did pretty well yesterday.
Yeah, you mentioned Richardson. This is somebody, so before you roll your eyes about him being from McNeese, he's someone that was committed to Colorado State before he decided to come to LSU. So he had plenty of offers to play football elsewhere, and who knows him better than Frank Wilson, who was just the head coach at McNeese. Like, Frank Wilson is not going to sign off on a transfer from McNeese coming to LSU if he didn't feel like he was a valuable player. Like, that's the biggest cosign I think that you can have coming from that level to this level. I mean,
step further, Frank probably got in there and like, look, this is the guy we need to take.
And probably fought for him.
Yeah, like this is the guy we need to take. Like,
so,
obviously. I know him and he's capable at this level.
So you can't go out there and laud Frank Wilson for his recruiting and then also not laud this one and be excited about this player and say, hey, I think this player can actually go out there and help you win football games. Like, those two things have to be the same. And so I think that is a big endorsement for a player coming from the Southland trying to make it in the SEC.
Okay, so the player that I mentioned just being way bigger than I thought and at a position where somebody needs to step up, and Brian Kelly was very complimentary of him after practice, that was Mason Taylor, Jason Taylor's son. He is a giant in his pads. He is 6'5", 245, and the wild part, Jake, is that he looks skinny, right? I mean, like, the ability for him to grow that frame to a point where he is a true mismatch monster. Like, who's going to guard him? You want to put a DB on him, they will get big boyed. And then in theory, I don't know that I've seen him play enough, but he looks like he has this physical ability in that if you want to put a linebacker on him, well, not only will he be significantly bigger than the linebacker, but he should be more athletic and be able to get open. So Mason Taylor, I think, is a name at a tight end position where, you got Stores who had I think one grab yesterday, maybe a drop. Cole Taylor, still very tall as well, but I don't know if he flashed.
Still very tall. He has not.
Yesterday.
There's no shrinkage.
We know about Mashburn, right? You definitely want to involve Mashburn more in the passing game, so it's not as telegraphed when he's in the game. But he's ideally still going to be kind of your masher runner. Mason Taylor has a role to play on this team. I mean, Brian Kelly after practice, quote, "Probably one of the most pleasant surprises has been Mason Taylor. He's ready to help us win this year. He's going to play for us. He's been outstanding. I feel so much better about that position because of his presence and the way he's shown himself." Sheesh. That is going out of your way to laud praise on that kid.
Look, if anybody can handle coming in and being a freshman and trying to play right away, and he came into a great situation with the tight end room where it's at LSU, it's somebody that's grown up seeing how it's done.
Yeah.
He's watched it and it's played out in front of his eyes every single day of his life. Like, as well as a Hall of Famer right? His uncle, Zach Thomas, is a potential Hall of Famer.
He'll get in the Hall.
So,
even though Sam Mills beat him in this year.
Yeah, but he will. Eventually. He'll get in the Hall of Fame. So, yeah, he has seen that. He has seen the way it has to be done to be able to go out there and be successful. And you're right. It was a surprise. And fortunate for him, it is a very, very slight tight end room right now. There's not a lot of depth there, right? And he brings something different than Cole Taylor and Jack Mashburn.
He seems like he has the body type where I don't know if he can block. Again, no inside run, bums me out. But if he can block competently, then he can be a true tight end in the classic tight end mold, right? Not a Jimmy Graham mold, not a pure blocking mold, more like an Algie Crumpler, like a Gronkowski, where they are both that dual threat blocking and run ball. Although, I mean, those two are some of the best ever at blocking and still being able to catch the ball.
So it was like George Kittle. George Kittle is a dog in the run game.
I will say this. You want to hear the least exciting take you could possibly imagine after watching a practice? Overall, my big takeaway, this very much felt like a team in the first week of camp still finding itself, or on the other side of the first week of camp. It's still a little rusty, still a little raw, and still a long way to go before you're ready for that first game against Florida State.
Yeah, it's a situation where we're always going to go out there and get excited about things, but there's still some things that are work in progress without question. Certainly our first time to really get a deep look at what's going on out there. So there's a couple of positions. We could sit here, we could talk about those positions, like the running back position, as we talked about 10 minutes ago. Like a guy like Josh Williams he's not going to be written about today or probably talked about on any other show but this show. And look, it's a position I played, so I'm going to pay attention to that position more than any other position. And as soon as we started talking about him, made a play, right? Picked up a pass protection, one of the better blocks of the day. And look, I'm talking with the strength staff, training staff, and like, oh yeah, like he's going to be a player for us because they know that you can trust him. I've always hated, like, when you try to be, an overthinker, and I'm not talking about just this team. I'm talking about every team I've ever been on, every team you've ever been on, T-Bob. Like, you have a guy in Josh Williams that when you put him in there, you can trust him. And he's really been – he was that last year. Like, when stuff got hairy on third down, 27's rolling in there.
Yeah.
And, look, you have to know his story. This is a guy that in high school, his senior year, he gets hurt. I think he tore his ACL. He still had scholarship offers to go to smaller places. So don't look at the fact that he walked on to LSU and let that be the say-all be-all for you. Like, that's just not how you do things. Like, you have to evaluate. He's on scholarship. He received a scholarship after 1 year at LSU. That tells you how good he is. Like, that just doesn't happen, right? He's a scholarship player. You can trust him. That's somebody that's going to be a part of that rotation with Emory, with Kane, with Goodwin, because they were all there yesterday. And Josh Williams was rolling.
Yeah, I mean, and it was third down, right? And in the NFL, pass blocking and being a third down back is a role where you can play in the NFL for a very, very long time. It is funny. I was in the middle of a conversation when he had that pickup. I immediately broke it off and walked about 15 yards to go and find you to see if you had seen it. And, of course, you were on it. So, practice was a lot of fun. I do think it was a very cool move of Brian Kelly to open up practice to the media. It's not like any great insights were gained or anything.
It has nothing to do with LSU had 30 guys on scholarship. He got it before the season.
No, look.
He had scholarship. No, hold on. He had scholarship offers to go to places before he decided to walk on at LSU. He got a scholarship after his freshman year.
Consider the source here.
No, I know. But, like, I just, how I hate, like, star chasing and, well, that guy was this. No. He can play. He's been a player. Like, talk to the coaches on two different staffs. Whenever you need somebody that is going to be able to do it, they put him in there. So don't allow how he got here to be the story. Like, what is he doing now? Like, you don't talk about a 6th or 7th round draft choice. Like, they got there from the 6th and 7th rounds. Whatever. Marcus Colson's still going to make a play. You're still going to trust him. Like, it doesn't matter how you get there. It's what you do once you get there.
Yeah, Marquez Callaway. Right, Mar? Let's ride. Closing on hour one. Practice talk's over. Closing on hour one next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to allstartoyota.batonrouge.com. Remember, all Toyotas come with that Toyota Care warranty. It's a great deal, y'all. And I don't care if you buy new or a Toyota certified used vehicle, you get it. And it's pretty cool. Basically, nowadays, cars are getting so advanced that they just tell you, like, hey, it's time to be serviced. Okay, you bring it in. Depending on the level of warranty that you have, which are many options you can customize, but basically they fix it and, you don't get out your wallet at all. It's a great feeling. So go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com today. Go see them off of Airline Highway, whether you're looking to buy new, used, rent with cheaper per day rental prices, or lease. It's all there for you at All Star Toyota.
Yeah, all three processes, buying, leasing, and renting. Certainly if you're buying a new vehicle, they're going to have everything available. But in leasing and in renting, that's just not going to be the case anywhere else. And it is the case over at All Star. You need something bigger, smaller, better on gas. If you need something like a truck to haul something, they got you covered in every single way. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
This week on DropBiscuit.com or wherever you listen to podcasts is our new series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story. Pops is brought to you by New Orleans & Company. Check out NewOrleans.com and come visit New Orleans.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's inviting you to join me along with coaches Todd Black and Jimmy Roy as we kick off another season of Louisiana Prep Weekly. LHSAA Executive Director Eddie Bonine joins us Sunday night at 6 live from Walk-Ons in Town Center on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
We play this song all the time. What you mean?
Thicken up. Thicken up. Okay? Past 2 days, You've been letting us get under your skin, and you know how this room works. If you show weakness, it will not be smiled upon. It will be further attacked, okay? If you show a crack, somebody will attempt to drive a wedge into that crack and then leverage it open, okay? So I don't know if you need to get out the spot welder or what, but let's seal those cracks, okay? Punch back.
The spot.
Y'all are
I don't know if
busted.
that's what it's called. There we go. Thank you, Mario. Good. Yes, that's what we needed. Y'all are busted. Now we play this song every day. Say, y'all suck.
Y'all suck.
There we go.
And y'all's taste in music sucks.
Okay, yes, there we go.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I was listening to a new Nicki Minaj today.
Okay, see, you're putting me in a box. I like Nicki Minaj. I just do not care for Cardi B.
Okay.
It's different. Cardi B is a ripoff of Nicki Minaj.
I mean,
Stole her whole swag. Like,
well,
come on, man.
I don't know if you can call it a ripoff. I mean, I think that Nicki Minaj is at the base of a kind of zeitgeist that is taking place, which is female rappers kind of taking over the world through their sexuality.
Well, she's just infinitely more talented than Cardi B. Nicki Minaj's verse on Monster with Kanye is better than anything Cardi's ever done, in my opinion.
I don't know enough to comment. So nice job, Mario. There's a great punchback. I'm very pleased with you right now.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Coming up next hour, we're going to start with some bluegrass drama. We'll get into some of the crazy NFL stories taking place. We're going to sort of loosen up a bit after all that practice talk. And I want you to go to Patient Plus Urgent Care. Actually, you know who's going there today? Daughter. I don't know what happened. Fever rolls in last night. We'll see. I think it's an ear infection, man. Sucks. But the point is, I'm going to go to Patient Plus, and they're going to have her getting in and getting better as soon as possible. And because we have the digital profile, right, it's so easy to log in. No sitting there and doing like an hour's worth of paperwork and then waiting in the waiting room forever. And she's seen great doctors in the best facilities. Patient Plus Urgent Care. There is one by you. They're everywhere.
There's one right by your
me.
house.
Yeah,
There's
right by
one pretty close to my house. And if you're in the Baton Rouge area, chances are there's one close to you. Open 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. every single day. You can go to patientplusuc.com, book that appointment before you even go. Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Friday, August 12th. Your government taco forecast today in Baton Rouge. Expect to see cloudy skies with a high of 83. Follow Government Taco on Instagram at GOVT Taco for monthly and daily specials. Coming up on OTB, Rivers Huey joins the show in studio at 9 a.m. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN. Or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in hour number 2 of OTB. All right, dude, it's Friday. I'm done. LSU practice was fun. Super cool to get to go out there.
Yeah.
Really cool to get to talk to everybody. Like seeing the media members, like seeing guys like Maruch and others out there. And Marucci's right-hand man, Mario. How about that, Mario? Or Mario, as I would say to from the Northeast.
Hey, he's solid.
We're actually, yeah,
great
he's
conversation
great dude,
with him.
Great dude. I agree. And it's a crazy amount of knowledge too, about like old LSU.
The retention.
Yes, crazy retention. We will talk more Super Mario later, as in hour number 3, I actually have Charles Martinet in the document, who, if you don't know who Charles Martinet is, that is the voice of Super Mario. If you've ever wondered how Charles Martinet became the voice of Super Mario, you will hear later in the program from the man himself, Charles Martinet. Coming up on this hour, a lot of random stories to get to here. A little bluegrass drama. A little funny Carson Wentz video. A little Tom Brady taking a 10-day break from camp. A little Patriots offense maybe being a little crazy. And then Antonio Brown's biggest regret in life. Just because I love giving you topics that make you angry, Mario, as well. There is a Kyrie topic. Have you heard about his new contract?
I have
and
not.
What he wanted? I'll give you the tease here so you can process it. Reportedly from Rick Bucher, Kyrie Irving in his new contract wanted a guarantee that he does not have to play more than 60 games, and he wants guarantees that he does not have to play in any back-to-backs. And he actually responded to the Bucher article. It didn't dispute it. He did a gif of a guy tipping his hat. So we'll talk a little more Kyrie a bit later on in the program. And I do feel bad for Larry Nance Jr., dude. Poor Larry, dude. I don't know if he's just too nerdy or the SpongeBob memes, but yesterday him and Herb and Trey Murphy all in the gym practicing together. They do the old thing with like, all right, dude, we'll catch you later. We're out. We're going home. And next thing you know, Herb and Trey show up at Saints practice together. They're taking pictures. There's tweets, and poor scary Larry is nowhere to be found. And later, the only reason we actually know about this is because Larry Nance later quote tweets the picture of Herb and Trey and says, "Thanks for the invite. Not like I was in the gym with them or anything. Eye roll emoji, crying emoji." Poor Larry, dude. Larry seems a little nerdy, though, which I love. I mean, he's a SpongeBob meme spurt. I don't know. Guys, next time, though, Herb, Trey, if you could invite Larry. I know he's kind of the older guy, but if you could invite Larry, that'd be really nice, okay? Stop leaving him out. He just wants to stay here.
Yep. Hey, Larry, you're a Chelsea FC fan. I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I am a Premier League fan. I'll go watch soccer with you. You want to hang out? I'm a little bit closer to your age.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and you know, maybe it's just an age thing, Larry. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't take it to heart, Larry. It's okay. We love you.
We love you, Larry.
Here on Off the Bench. We are big, scary Larry Nance fans.
Can I tell a similar story that I've wanted to tell for a while? It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So when I was working for the Pelicans, my job during media day, because they have media day where the players go around and talk to, you know, each different set of the media, they had to come record a rejoin. Like every player comes and says, "You're listening to Pelicans basketball. Now back to Sean Kelly or whoever."
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So Julius Randle came in, and I was setting up the Adobe to get ready to record him, and my man Daniel Salerson, who still works there, was just trying to make small talk with Julius Randle. And on this day, Drake was playing in the Smoothie King Center, and the whole team had like a suite. Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday, they were all going to go see Drake. So Daniel tossed to Julius Randle, and he's like, "So are you going to Drake with everybody?" And Julius Randle's like, "What? No, who's going to Drake?" Like nobody invited Julius Randle. Apparently.
No, dude. The All-Star.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, that was that when Julius Randle was having his best year previous to becoming an All-Star in New York? Okay, that was when he was still kind of an afterthought.
Well, his stats were good with the Pellies, but he's not the Julius Randle from 2 years ago.
No, I know that, but I'm saying that's when he was kind of on the come up to becoming All-Star, Julius Randle, which kind of disappeared as quickly as it came.
He still played well last year. He just didn't have the year.
The Knicks just sucked again.
Yeah.
It's the Tom Thibodeau cycle, right?
Yeah.
You can only get so much
You get
out
that
of you.
initial jump, that little boost.
And then he breaks
and
you.
You're like, Tibbs, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, basically. Wait, okay, so there is one LSU practice observation we left out of play, and that was the music. Some absurd musical choices, speaking of the youth versus the older guys.
That's only during the special teams periods.
Which is a key piece in all of this because we have confirmation on whose playlist it was.
We do?
But yes, so what did it start with? It didn't start
Foo
with
Fighters.
Rush. It started with Foo Fighters, right? And we're all kind of looking around, we're like, hold up now. There is no way these college kids who listen to I don't know, Kodak Black and YG and whoever else, there's no way they know any Foo Fighters. That was immediately followed up with some Rush. And we're kind of looking around, we're like, okay, whose playlist is this? Me and Brody Miller were. And it was when a Neil Peart drum solo kicked in. And our guest, to be clear, our hypothesis was Brian Polian. And it was when a Neil Peart drum solo kicked in and Brian Polian jumped 3 feet into the air while playing air drums. We're like, okay, we got him, this son of a gun. And then sure enough, he came over to the sideline later. We're talking. We asked him confirmation.
Oh, nice.
It indeed was Brian Polian's playlist playing yesterday during practice. I wonder what the boys think, though, when they hear Tom Sawyer. Like, do they have any point of reference? Or are they like, ooh, what is this? Like, I kind of like this.
Have you ever seen, I don't know the YouTube account name. I'll have to go check it out. But it's like two young kids and they're listening to like old music, old songs, and they're reacting to them because they've never heard them before.
Oh, no, I like that.
Songs.
That actually sounds like great content.
One of the best episodes that they had was they heard Aerosmith Dream On for the first time. And the way it kind of starts out slowly, just getting into it. And then when he hits that Dream On, they like stand up out of their chair and they're like holding each other back. It's great. Great YouTube page.
I will say I have never seen a better rock concert live than seeing Rush live. The fact that it is only 3 dudes rocking that hard. And then I can't remember the lead singer's name, but watching him sing live was like watching some sort of arcane minstrel who has a deal with the devil and has like magical powers coming out of his voice. It was pretty badass, dude. Shout out to Brian Polian. Great playlist yesterday for us old heads. I would love to actually, that when we get the players on, that's what we need to ask about first. What they think about Coach Polian's playlist to see if they like Rush and they like Foo Fighters. So the drama I want to start with here, though, is something that is very close to Jake's heart. And that was some drama going down in Kentucky yesterday in the Bluegrass State as John Calipari comes out and he is talking to The Athletic for an article. And I guess Kentucky doesn't have a practice facility, or they want a new one, I'm assuming, for basketball.
Basketball has a dated practice facility.
And they want a new one. It's Kentucky, right? Absolutely, right?
Mhm.
And he tells The Athletic, quote, "This is a basketball school. Alabama is a football school. So is Georgia. No disrespect to our football team. I hope they win 10 games and go to bowls. But this is a basketball school." To which Mark Stoops, quote, tweets and says, "Basketball school? I thought we competed in the SEC. 4 straight postseason wins." You also had players getting involved. There was a DB who tweeted at John Calipari basically saying, "Y'all are ass. You lost to St. Peter's. We're better than you are." Can you imagine the headache for the athletic administration at Kentucky?
Mitch Barnhart right now is like, oh my God.
Like, this did not need to happen. You talked to Matt Jones about this, who nobody's as plugged in as he is. What was your reaction to the drama yesterday?
So it was like happening as soon as Matt came on. I was like, "Hey, sorry, I'm dealing with this." He's like, "I'm sure y'all have seen it." We're like, "No, like we're locked in right now. Like this is our 5th segment of the show." And so he tells us, and then we start
you
doing
already had Matt Jones pre-planned?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so then he comes on, and like this thing got heated. So Mark Stoops said what he said, as T-Bob just laid out. Then he retweets someone who quote tweeted his tweet and said, "He's 100% right. Comments by Cal, in my opinion, were insulting." And then he retweets another one. "The football team has had more success than the basketball team the last 4 or 5 years. It's not even close." Stoops has a point. He retweets that, right? And then also he puts out a shot of Kentucky blocking a field goal against Florida, returning it for a touchdown, says, "Big Blue Nation begs to differ. Don't disrespect our great fans like that." I mean, he is coming after. And let me tell you.
And Calipari's stock is down. I think it's a weird time for Calipari to make the claim because Kentucky basketball stock has never been more down in the Calipari era, and Kentucky football stock has never been higher in the Calipari era.
And Vince Marrow, who's one of his top assistants, he also has one. Great fans, and puts a picture or video of the football fans out there. He retweets that as well.
Calipari's assistant did?
No.
Oh, okay.
Stoops.
Okay,
So like his top assistant. Like, so let me tell you, that Youngstown came out real quick in Mark Stoops. He's like, "I'm not," and he didn't take any of it down.
No.
It is still currently all up. I have a deep love for Mark Stoops and the way that he coaches football. And you're right, like a football player came out and he's like, "Hey, at least we didn't lose to St. Peter's." I mean, they're going after each other. I put out a tweet, kind of like, man, I respect Mark Stoops for doing that, because Cal took a shot.
Yeah.
He took a shot. He's like, 10 wins in a bowl game. He patted him on the head. He patted him on the head for no reason.
He did. And you don't tousle another man's hair. It is the most disrespectful thing you can do. But the thing is, Jake, it was a needless shot. Calipari can get that basketball facility without taking that shot at football. Like there was just no need for it. And again, it could not have been timed worse. If Kentucky football was bad right now, and if Kentucky basketball is still doing what they are used to doing, then that would have been fine. It's very odd. It wasn't very well thought out on multiple fronts. It probably doesn't end up being that big of a deal, right? Like, they hash it out or whatever. And it does apply a little pressure for Stoops to have to continue to be very good. And, we'll see if Cal's going to continue to struggle a bit.
So Cal's probably never had somebody at UMass or Memphis fight back. He's always been the top dog.
That's true.
Kentucky football makes more money than Kentucky basketball. We have learned that over all this realignment discussion.
Is that true?
Oh, no, it's 100. It's not even close.
Oh, wow.
Same thing. North Carolina football makes more than North Carolina.
I find that so hard to believe.
It's facts. And so Mark Stoops, he got insulted. He's like, "Look, we've done some damn good work here. We've won 10 games, 2 of the last 3 years or whatever it is. We've gone to bowl games. We've won 4 straight bowl games." And so he felt slighted, insulted, because he was getting patted on the head. And I'm sure Cal's never had somebody fight back like this. Mark Stoops is going to fight back. During media days, like if he didn't like a question that you asked, he wasn't going to be disrespectful, but he was going to correct you in his answer. I was talking to him, and him and I, like, we've got a great relationship. And I was like,
Does he know how much you love him? Like, do you think he's aware of it? Okay.
Kentucky football follows me on Twitter.
Okay.
It's like they know how much I appreciate the way they built that program.
I thought you were going to fight Mario yesterday when Mario responded to the tweet. Mario said, "What an a-hole," leaving it a little vague.
He said, "What a D-bag."
What a D-bag. But leaving it vague as to who the D-bag was.
Yeah. I'm like, who?
And Jake was like, "Hold up now, who?" And then he answered correctly. He answered Cal.
I should have clarified that I was talking about Cal, who was the OP.
I should have known that too. Knowing you, I should have known that you were talking about Cal. But like Stoops, I was asking him, I was like, y'all don't just develop players through high school. Like, y'all kind of do it in the transfer portal as well. Like a guy like Will Levis, who Penn State, really wasn't utilizing, and maybe had developed him. He goes, well, I completely disagree with you there. Will Levis was good at Penn State. And then he goes on to answer the question. So that's just his personality. Like, I'm not kidding when I say, like, the Youngstown, Ohio. You know who else? Like Bo Pelini, Youngstown, Ohio. Obviously, the Stoop brothers are from there. Vince Mero, the coach that quote tweeted, all from Youngstown, Ohio, man. That's just a gritty old place. They're not going to let too much slide. But the funniest part about all this was, and you knew it was going to happen, Brian Harsin, who survived a coup, is probably feeling pretty good about himself.
I think this was. Do you think this was Harsin-led, Bruce Pearl-led, or do you think that this was?
It's a combination because Brian Harsin, he's a little bit different than you're probably seeing on the outside. So Brian Harsin and Bruce Pearl, they get together in a picture right after all this happened, and it says Auburn family. They tag each other. # everything school.
Yeah,
you can't see it there. But
also, Harsin looks pretty jacked right there.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's pretty jacked.
He's jacked that he survived a coup as well.
Yeah, look, Harsin, man, Auburn, yeah.
I know. I mean, of all people.
They can't choose to fire you. They have to get you for cause, and they just could not get him for cause. They cannot afford to pay yet another buyout. But Bruce Pearl stock, obviously, very high at Auburn. Isn't Auburn maybe supposed to be like top 5 team in the country next year for basketball? Bruce Pearl's side, as they kind of were this last year as well.
Yeah, they got a major recruit,
Mario,
last year.
What was your reaction to the Cal Stoops drama?
I hate Calipari, man. I think y'all kind of know how I feel about it. He's always trying to lecture us about a different topic, I feel like he's Nostradamus or something. He tells the media to hurry up because it's late, and he acts like I get that he got the ring in 2011, but do y'all really think Kentucky needs John Calipari to beat Kentucky? I don't think so. And he acts like he's like King Poobah. Like, nah, man, I don't mess with that.
I mean, he had such a hot start at the beginning, right? How many Final Fours was it? He had the crazy undefeated season. What do you think they lost in the Final Four? But they were still undefeated forever. He did finally get across the finish line with Davis. But like, what have they done the past 5 years? I'm not the biggest basketball guy, so maybe I'm missing a Final Four.
They made an Elite Eight recently.
It's been bad. The COVID year, they were really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew they were very bad recently. They lose St. Peter's in the first round. This last year.
That's telling as hell. Like y'all follow college basketball enough to know how talented Kentucky was with Shebue and all the pieces they had to get bowed out in the first round. That's a reflection on the coach more than anything, in my opinion.
That's fair. That's fair. I guess the point of it is, it seems like Calipari's still trading on a lot of his early success at Kentucky, and this would feel like a very big year for him to need to punch back into, especially because in the age of the grad transfer, the one and done model that Kentucky was at the forefront of, or not the grad transfer, in the age of the transfer portal, the one and done model that Kentucky was at the forefront of, and that Calipari made an art out of. I mean, am I wrong? Again, you'll watch more college basketball. Am I wrong? But it feels like the teams that are leaning into the transfer portal are the ones now that are having the most success, because you're getting these more veteran, developed talents and combining them together. And those teams are being, and you're still adding in like a star freshman, obviously.
College basketball is probably the most impactful of the sports in the transfer portal because of the numbers of it.
Yes, exactly, right? It allows a lot of guys to, it allows the kind of, in a roundabout way, the veterans to return to the forefront of college basketball when they had gone away for a while.
I think that's truly why, y'all have heard me say this before, that's why Gonzaga is who they are, because they were doing it way before anyone else. Now, you had to sit out a year back then, but some of their best players, and the reason they got that foundation started, they would go get guys from Washington and just other places in the surrounding areas like Dan Dickow, and a lot of the players that you know from Gonzaga initially were transfers. And that's how they built their program off those transfers and integrated them with, some high school players. Yeah. But like now, that's what everyone's doing. Not to say that they're going to take a step back, because they're still doing it as well. But you can get your freshmen, you integrate them with players who have experience elsewhere, and 2-3 players from your own place, and you blend it all together. The chemistry of how these transfers work out now compared to what I thought it would be is amazing. I thought it was going to be just a hot mess. I thought there was going to be just bad chemistry, bad communication. Like Mel Tucker, Michigan State, they proved on the football side of things. That's not the case.
Yeah, and LSU's going to look to prove the same thing this year. All right, when we get back, got a very funny Carson Wentz video, at least what I appear to be very funny, though it's almost a little hard to watch. And then I got some more as well. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Donoso Glass and Body, DonosoGlassandBody.com. DGBauto.com works as well. The one-stop car shop. You're trying to extend the life of your vehicle. Oils, tires, wheels, brakes, collision, alignments. It doesn't matter. They do it all over there at DG&B, simple or complex. But remember, if you get in an accident, the police cannot tell you who gets the tow, and the insurance company cannot tell you where to go. You say, I want to go to the boys who support OTB, who treat their customers right, who are the best body shop in the state, and that is Donosville Glass and Body.
1977 was a very, very long time ago, right? And they've been doing it at this level since then. They're going to continue doing it at this level for years to come. It's a family-owned business. They have pride in this business, so they're going to take care of you. They're also going to take care of your vehicle. They're going to be transparent in the entire process. They are the best for a reason. DonosvilleGlassandBody.com, DGBAuto.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has $14,000 off MSRP on a new 2021 Ford F-150. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time.
For a Friday edition of Early Line, as we give you some weekend picks as part of our daily spread presented by Suspense Games, and we preview the Saints preseason opener against the Texans. Join us 2 to 3 p.m. 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. Yeah, the magician's assistant in the And they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the river.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Mario, Paulie hanging out with you today. Hope you're having a great day. It is Friday. I do want to talk some Saints campus. We got a Saints preseason game tomorrow, boys. Some exciting stuff to be on the lookout for as well, actually, right? Like, there's definitely, when I just think of the offense at a glance, right? I want to see how Cesar Ruiz looks. I want to see some of the battles of maybe the wide receivers that are in the Traquan, Marquez, Callaway grouping. We've already had discussions about that. I want to see Trevor Penning, right? Who doesn't want to see a first-round pick? I'm excited defensively to see, like, Peyton Turner, where he will play. I don't think Davenport will play it, if I had to guess. I wonder if it's already been confirmed that he won't. But there's a lot to look forward to tomorrow. We'll talk about the Saints preseason game and kind of what we're on the lookout for a bit more coming up. I do know this. The Red Rifle better ball out after how the Cannon's been hyping him up coming out of these practices. Again, I told you the other day, my old man telling me he was making throws that even Drew Brees can't make. Like, Andy Dalton better kick ass tomorrow. And I know there will be no Mike Thomas. Oh, but I imagine Chris Olave will play, right? Maybe a little.
That's what Ultimate Warrior in the chat says. Stingley versus Olave. I'm in.
Oh, yeah, that's right, dude.
Stingley's not playing.
Okay, that's wrong.
You're not in.
They said last night.
Wow, some things remain the same. That was needless. That was needless. There's no point for that. There's no point for that. I like Sting. I like the entire Sting family. They were always very good to me. And I think he's going to be a great NFL player. Eventually, he does have to return to the field. But whatever. It's preseason, I guess. But can you say whatever? It's preseason if you're a rookie? I mean.
I didn't.
Do
Yeah.
y'all think the reps become more important if you've never played in the NFL before? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, I think so, right? But then again, I'm not like a God tier body and talent. They got drafted top 5 after not really playing for 2 years. So I can't, I would feel very comfortable saying maybe reps are less important to him, but I still think they're very important as your rookie. You don't want your first reps in an NFL game sort of atmosphere to be week 1 in the NFL. Or maybe you do, and he goes up there and dominates. I don't know. Time will tell. I hope he does.
depends if you trust Lovie Smith or not, I guess.
God, I keep forgetting that Lovie Smith is the head NFL coach again. You're going to tell me this man went to the college ranks, got paid a ton of money to do nothing and win nothing, and then just got to be an NFL head coach again?
Lovie Smith in 5 seasons at Illinois was 17 and 39.
Oh, my God. And then he just gets to go, and he got paid like $3 or $4 million a year, right?
That's like Cliff Kingsbury on steroids.
Oh, my God, dude.
He never had a winning season. His best year was 2019, where he went 6-7 and lost in the Red Box Bowl.
He does look great with white hair, though.
It's great with the beard. The beard looks
that's what I'm
fantastic.
saying.
Now he's had in his NFL career,
He's had a lot of
he's made the postseason 3 times out of his, I believe he's like 12 years head coach.
Look at this, dude. Yeah, and obviously the Texans, with the incredibly flawed coaching search that they ran, I think they really, at the end of it, just valued somebody with experience, right? Somebody who could at least bring kind of competency to it. And then you look at the hire like Urban Meyer of last year and how that went, and it's kind of funny because now the Jags went kind of a similar route. But obviously, Super Bowl winning coach. But shout out Lovie Smith, man. Look at this. Our guy Thomas McGrew on Twitter. Father Sundays always start with breakfast and OTB, with a beautiful screenshot of him and his son chilling and watching us. Heck yeah, Thomas. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, you and your boy. Okay, let's play this Carson Wentz video. This is following a Washington Commanders practice. And what's crazy about this is state-run media. This is Commanders media that Carson Wentz is sitting down with here. And I'll let you be the judge of whether this guy kept it a little too real with Carson.
There's been kind of a narrative out there here in training camp that you've been a little inaccurate on your throws. Consistently inconsistent has been a kind of a terminology. How would you assess your performance in training camp, and is that characterization fair?
Yeah, for one, it's camp. I think
I didn't know that, so thank you.
Yep.
But,
I know, because I know you told me you don't read that stuff.
At the same time, I'm my biggest critic. So I come back after practice and I'm kicking myself over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays, you know.
Real talk here, Carson. It's been well documented. Philly didn't want you. Indy didn't want you. Do you think this is your last chance to prove that you can be a starting quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, you know, I don't really think about all that stuff. For me, I'm playing the game that I love, and I have the most confidence of anybody in myself to deliver, to play at a high level, to, you know, be a part of something special here with this team. And so I don't put all that pressure on myself. I don't put, you know, people can feel that way, people can say what they want, and I have no issue with that. You know, that is what it is. But for me, I don't think in those terms.
Bruh, I would have slapped him out that chair.
And he's trying to act like
Philly didn't want you. Indy didn't want you.
He's not wrong though, right? Like, I mean, Indy, like Jim Irsay went out of his way to crap on Carson Wentz on the way out the door.
I mean, he basically just called him Chris Everett.
Yeah, yeah. I love when he's like, "Well, I didn't know that, so thanks for telling me." It means he stung him a little bit with that first question. Consistently inconsistent, and I love that after Cart's like, "Well, I didn't know that, so thanks for telling me." The guy tries to act like they're tight, and he's like, "Yeah, because you told me that you don't read that stuff." So I thought I would bring that up just so you could know that people think you suck, and you need to tighten up, Carson. I mean, what's wild with that? Normally, that's like those sort of interviews are like, you know, like, so what does Carson Wentz do on his downtime? I heard you have a puppy named Chili. What's Chili's favorite game to play? That guy pulling no punches, dude. I felt a little bad for Carson. Also, though, one of the most fascinating career arcs of all time, right? In that Super Bowl year, he was a legitimate MVP candidate. Like, he wasn't just playing well, he was playing at an MVP level. Then he gets hurt. They still win a Super Bowl, which maybe is a bit of a sign of things to come, right? That was a very good team that he was benefiting off of. But ever since then, man, it has just been consistently inconsistent and consistently downhill. And as that reporter told him, he is kind of on his last chance as a starting quarterback with the Commanders.
Just unnecessary. Like, yeah, this is supposed to be in-house here.
After
what are we
camp.
doing? But yeah, after a camp practice, I'm like day 14, 2 weeks in a camp. Like, who are you? Like, why are you wearing that colored shirt too? Like, I don't even know what's going on here in this interview. Like, even if an outside media member asked you that question, they would form it better than he did. Hey, Carson, obviously you had some great times in Philly. At the end there, they decided to move on from you. You go to Indianapolis and you play whatever, and then now you're here with Washington. Tell us what's going to be different now here in Washington. Like, that's the way you form that question.
No, but he hit him with the old Ricky Bobby, no offense. He started with like, let's keep it real. So it's all good. He's just keeping it real. He told Carson
I would
he was
kept
keep
it real.
it real, and then he immediately followed up, keep it real. Carson did not keep it real in the answers. He could have, but he chose not to. Probably the right choice. But credit to whoever the in-house media guy is. That is absolutely fantastic.
No
dude.
fear.
I think, Mario, you hit on something. Say what you told us, though, because I think you hit on something there in terms of how you okay, I'll just say it. You said that you believe that is a reporter who is in touch with the pulse of the fan base, unlike Calipari, right? And, yes, that is a reporter who feels empowered and emboldened to ask those questions because he knows the fans are pissed.
Yeah.
And the fans know that they need good quarterback play, and it does not feel like Carson Wentz is the guy to give it to them.
No, he's not afraid. That's honestly really good journalism work, but you need to toe, being a journalist with being a human. Like, it is a little surprising that he would do that being an in-house reporter, but that is exactly how the fan base feels. Like, that is the question every Commander fan has. Can Carson Wentz step up for our team? We benefit from him, he benefits from us, and he saves his NFL career. Like, he's got a pulse on what's going on, but that is still a rough interview.
Yeah, I don't think it's the journalism part, though. Also, you have to know how to form the question for whoever you're interviewing to get the best answer from that. You're not going to get the best answer because of the way you form the question. And I'm not saying Carson Wentz is somebody that doesn't deserve criticism, but you go back and you look at 2018, 21 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions. 2019, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Now, 2020, he was bad. 16 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Last year with the Colts, he threw for 3,500 yards, completed 63% of his passes, 27 touchdowns to 7 interceptions.
Yeah, but are his stats not a bit of a mirage, though? I feel like that's kind of been the case on Wentz, where, like, he does put up big numbers in some ways.
He only took 32 sacks, so.
But there's plays like where he's on like the 1 yard line, right? And he just like throws it to the other team and like causes them to lose the game out of nowhere. And the 27.
But isn't that every quarterback out of the top 12?
27-7 is not. Yeah, but Carson Wentz was once an MVP candidate. Like, I think people expect more out of him. Like certainly Jim Irsay was expecting more out of him.
In that MVP year, he threw for 33 and 7.
Yeah, but that was with 13 games.
But I'm just saying the interceptions. So you could have that same argument with the interceptions.
Look. All I'm saying is I think Carson Wentz stats read better than the actual player that Carson Wentz has been. And I would say if I wanted to back that up, I would just look at how the teams that have had Carson Wentz have treated him. Because, like the old boy said, the Eagles didn't want him anymore. The Colts definitely didn't want him anymore. And the Colts would have loved to have PR-17 back again. An even older, even more leather-armed PR than having last year's Carson Wentz. I mean, I don't know, bro. Do you want to die in the Carson Wentz hill? Are you going for the Commanders here?
I'm not dying on him, but let's don't act like he's going out there and putting up just awful numbers.
I think from reading the press clippings, it just seems like his leadership is what's really in question.
I mean, that could be.
Yeah,
it could be.
Like when
because
he was
in Philly, I feel like that was it.
Well, I also don't think he's very accurate.
And just bad mistakes in like the worst opportune times. They lost to the Jaguars in the last game where all they had to do was win.
Yeah, and they go to the playoffs if they win.
But T, you're having a different conversation. I'm just saying, like, we're acting like he is somebody that shouldn't be starting in the NFL, like, right now. I mean, I think the stats right now kind of prove that he's not been enough for a reporter to be like, Philly didn't want you, Indy didn't want you, like the way the narrative of the questioning that he had. Like Mario's right, the leadership in Philly was probably what got him out of town. It wasn't his on the field play.
But then there's also like quotes like from Colts wide receivers where they're talking about how like, well, you know, the difference between last year and this year is like now the ball is actually consistently where it's supposed to be. And look, and Matt, and that's maybe unfair to Carson because Matt Ryan is still
a potential Hall of Famer.
Not elite, but he is still
a potential Hall of Famer.
Well, certainly has a career, for sure. I mean, like in his form right now, though, I do believe Matt Ryan still to be multiple orders of magnitude better than Carson Wentz. So maybe that's a bit of an unfair thing to judge him against. But, yeah, I don't think he's very accurate. I'm surprised that sack number wasn't higher, though, too, because when I think about Carson Wentz, I think about holding on to the ball way too long, trying to make a play, and fumbling or getting sacked. So that does actually surprise me a bit. Who knows? Maybe he will fix the consistent inconsistency and save his career with the Commanders. I just don't really feel any good about anything going on with the Commanders right now, I'd say. All right, when we get back here, let's talk some Saints preseason. We still got Antonio Brown to get to as well. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Go back to school in style with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Corval Toyota in Opelousas. It's an easy process, and vehicles are getting to our lot weekly. Make the decision now or reserve your new Toyota today. Come on down to Corval Toyota in Opelousas. That's Happy Town, USA.
And inviting you to join me along with coaches Todd Black and Jimmy Roy as we kick off another season of Louisiana Prep Weekly. LHSA Executive Director Eddie Bonine joins us Sunday night at 6 live from Walk-Ons in Town Center on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, yo? We're going off the bench. Hit the like button. Me and Jake have thrown down the gauntlet. Wins versus Troops. There can be only one. Jake, in 4 months, you're going to be saying, damn, T-Bob, you were so right. Mitchell Trubisky is a markedly better quarterback than Farts and Wentz.
Do you want to put the over-under on how many weeks he starts?
Oh, chill out.
Before
chill out.
Kenny Pickett takes his job?
No. Kenny Pickett has tiny hands. Damn it. So he's going to start, you're right.
Y'all sleeping on Heineke already?
No, actually,
we were actually just talking to him about
like,
during the push-ups.
Why? Yeah, like why is Heineke just a complete afterthought at this point? He did almost beat Brady. I mean, I know he's not the answer, but again, I don't know if like Carson Wentz is like much more of the answer, right, than Heineke is. Like it doesn't feel that crazy. We'll see. Okay, real talk though. Real talk. I am dumb enough to where if Kenny Pickett was not on the Steelers, I actually would say that I would take Troops to have a better season. But I do think eventually Trubisky's just going to get replaced by Pickett almost maybe no matter what. I'll be very, like...
You have a deep love for him.
The same way
you
I
love
have.
him like your old man loves Andy Dalton.
I've been a Troops truther. Troops truthy number one right here.
Sam Howell's also on the Commanders roster. I mean, someone who was at one time in his career supposed to be a first-round pick. They got him late in the draft, so Sam Howell is on that Commanders roster.
You know, it's interesting. I was talking to some of the analytic guys at practice yesterday, and I asked a question on Twitter a few weeks ago. And it was like, are there any win-loss correlations between the number of years that a quarterback has started? And there was no real information. And I wasn't looking for a causal relationship. I was simply looking for correlation. I don't know that there was anything there. What the analytics guys yesterday did tell me, Jake, shout out Mario, is that they found that if you start at quarterback as a freshman, you tend to show kind of marginal improvement. But the guys who really blow the top off are the ones who sit for 1 to 2 years and then come in a couple years later. And I guess Sam Howell kind of made me think about that.
Yeah,
because,
great
ideally
example.
Sam Howell would not have to, and ideally in the NFL, he would not have to play in year number 1, and maybe in a couple of years he does become very
Jaden
good.
Daniels comes into that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of, starting immediately as a freshman, then kind of struggling to take that next step. And it makes you feel better about a guy like Walker Howard redshirted and not overly applying pressure on him to like, hey, you have to be the man right away right now.
Yeah. I mean, even the Heisman Trophy winner, like he sat a year. I mean, Bryce sat a year behind Mac.
Yeah.
Remember, it was supposed to like, he's going to take Mac's job at some point, and then Mac goes off, has a great season. He's a first-round pick. And
Obviously,
then Bryce
Burrow.
Young. Yeah.
So it's just some interesting food for thought. No, the thing on Trubes, though, is the same way that Carson Wentz was in a really good spot in Indy last year. I mean, Pittsburgh is like the most stable franchise in the NFL. So if Trubisky can't hold off Kenny Pickett, or if he doesn't have a good year, well then, yes, I'm officially ready to declare my Trubes love dead. Speaking of my old man loving Andy Dalton better ball out Saturday. Again, he better be the best quarterback I've ever seen with how the cannon's been hyping about Mike Thomas or no Mike Thomas. Do we have confirmation? Are we going to see Landry or Tyrann Mathieu, who made us all so happy in their Saints uniform picture with the LSU helmets, giving the too sweet kiss, basically, with the helmets? It made us all so pleased. Do we know if they're going to play Saturday night or not?
I don't think there's confirmation, but I would think they're not going to play.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably lean towards that as well. It seems like people are devaluing the preseason more and more as time goes on, and I get it. Why expose yourself to needless risk when you have a literal all-decade team member in Tyrann Mathieu and Jarvis Landry, who, Jarvis is 8 or 9 years in the league now? Right?
Yeah, it has to be, yeah.
Yeah, so they ain't worried about him. But I am excited to see Olave and Penny. It's rare that you get to watch not 1, but 2 first-round picks play.
No, I'd agree with that, and let's see, because the talk's been about Penning and can he keep it under control and not get personal fouls every play. Like, let's see it. Let's see if he still has that mean streak, if he plays to the whistle, gets under the skin of the edge rusher there, but still is able to do what he's trying to do, which is get under your skin, take you off your game, and be very physical in doing so.
Did you see the story about Tom Brady? He's taking a 10-day break from camp. Now, they said it was all like pre-talked about and everything. Bowles' quotes were a little interesting where they all left like the door open for kind of like starting drama if you really wanted to. I wonder what it is. It says it's a family matter. Feels like it's been a very family matters camp thus far. All right, when we get back,
great TV show.
Great TV show. Let's close out hour 2. We're so close to drinking Coors Lights in hour 3 and having some fun. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org. All your plumbing needs. Go to the Ace. That has flat rate prices.
Okay, you good?
Great warranty coverage once the work is done. And everybody's licensed, bond, insured. And of course, look, I don't care if it's commercial or residential. They have the fleet, paperwork, and personnel to match your needs. And they've been fixing toilets for 50 years now, y'all. 50 years, okay? They've seen it all. They can fix it all. Centralplumbing.org.
I did not know if I was going to have to revive T-Bob just then, but if you need your toilet revived, just call Central Plumbing, 225-925-8552. Check them out online, centralplumbing.org, and you'll see there it's not only in emergencies. If you're looking to remodel at your home or business, they can do it for you. If you want to go tankless, never run out of hot water, call them today again, 225-925-8552.
This week on DropBiscuit.com or wherever you listen to podcasts is our new series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story. Pops is brought to you by New Orleans & Company. Check out NewOrleans.com and come visit New Orleans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located...
Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. The Riot Radio Hours return, and we'll tell you what to keep an eye on in the preseason opener with the Saints and Texans. Join us, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Cam Jordan tweet, I'm not going to lie. Smart, silly, or ridiculous, this might be the most legendary post about an athlete, from the athlete, that I've ever seen. Do y'all know who he's talking about? Antonio Brown. Did you see the Antonio Brown tweet yesterday, Jake? The one that looked like it came from Ballsack Sports? I could not believe it. It comes from the actual AB account. It says, sincerely, AB. And it's a quote from Antonio Brown answering his biggest regret. It says, quote, my biggest regret in my career doesn't involve calling my general manager a cracker or showing up to Raiders camp late in a hot air balloon with frozen feet. I forgot that he did that. Or throwing rocks at that UPS driver. And it definitely doesn't involve me taking my shirt off and doing a victory lap around the Jet Stadium mid-game while throwing up deuces. My biggest regret is that I'll never get to see me, Antonio Brown, play a game live. Sure, I can watch the game afterwards. But I can't imagine what it was like for you all to see something like that. Like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform at Red Rocks. Unbelievable, dude. Take a bow, AB. Just when you think the AB content machine can't get any crazier. I mean, there's so much to break down here. One of, to me, the most underrated parts of all of this is that he admits to all of the sins that have kind of been talked about, but I don't know if I've heard him address. Like, he directly addresses throwing rocks at that UPS driver that one time. I forgot about him showing up to camp in a hot air balloon. I definitely remember the cracker stuff and all of the incredible John Gruden video where he was secretly filming John Gruden talking to him and then put it out there. I mean, there's just so much good here. And it's hilarious that he went aggressively against the idea that for what reason would he regret quitting on the Buccaneers midseason last year, throwing up the deuces. And then it just shows that Antonio Brown loves him some Antonio Brown. Like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform at Red Rocks.
Yeah, I'd go see Jesus at Red Rocks.
I'm about to say, in terms of venues, I've always heard Red Rocks is incredible. It's got a very naturey sort of feel. I feel like Jesus would be right at home.
Yeah.
Give that man a basket of fish and watch him work. Feed the whole stadium.
The Beatles or Jesus?
Yeah.
Perform at Red Rocks.
I mean, honestly, if we were playing a word association game and I said the Beatles, Jesus, fill in the blank, you're saying Antonio Brown. Like that's obvious. I think you could put that on the SAT and 90% of people would get it correct.
Sure.
Shout out AB, dude. Should the Saints sign Antonio Brown?
God, y'all had that discussion before.
I would.
Got Callaway. Don't need him.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Don't show the world. Like
I'm worried about HBO Max.
Like Lil Boosie.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Getting real worried about HBO Max.
Me too. Me too.
Go to RejuveMeMedical.com, RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. You want to feel younger, better, get that energy back that you used to have when you were you? You want to go to Rejuve Me, where I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, male or female. Aging happens to us all at different rates. We are individuals, right? And so we experience things differently individually. And so your needs are not my needs, et cetera, et cetera. And so they understand that at Rejuve Me. And they're going to draw your labs. You're going to be the lifestyle specialist, and they will customize a plan for you to get you to where you want to be. Maybe it's HRT, which is great. Maybe it's not, okay? Your body's the guide. Go to RejuveMeMedical.com.
Once you go to the website, you will see a button, request a consultation. You can get that done today because there's a 3-step process, but you got to get it set up. You can also do it by calling 225-230-4201.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at revelryteam.com. Revelry Sports, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Friday, August 12th. Your government taco forecast today in Baton Rouge. Expect to see cloudy skies with a high of 83. Coming up on OTBOT, Rivers Huey joins the show in studio. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome in to hour number 3 of OTB. It's Friday. There's an hour left on this show. Great news all around, folks. I look forward to you having the same feeling later today whenever your respective days are nearly done. Let's push through this thing together. I got to loosen up this hour, dude. It's so tight. It's a little odd all morning. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Have you? Why?
I don't know, Jake. You feel it, huh? Has this been a distinct lack of
lack of me? Have you been
something,
missing me?
a certain je ne sais quoi? Perhaps I've been missing delicious cold Coors Light, which I am now going to try to relax with and unlock myself a bit. Perhaps it's because we have yet to witness give our producer Mario Perez a happy birthday shout out.
Yeah!
Happy birthday, Mario!
Appreciate that.
Dude.
Thanks,
When's
T-Bob.
your birthday's
Tomorrow.
not today. Yeah, I was going to say, okay.
Actual birthday tomorrow.
Yep.
He invited us to his party in Kenner.
Love that.
Unfortunately, Mario cannot go. I'm going to be going to the lake.
Weird. You're never there.
I don't know what Jake's excuse is, though. I mean, if he's not going to your birthday party, I'd be pretty pissed. Pretty busted move, in my opinion. Also don't know what River's excuse is. Or Paul.
I was not invited.
Paul, what is your problem, Paul? Why are you not taking your wife and child to Kenner tomorrow to go to Mario's birthday?
Wait. So
you don't like Mario?
Paul gets the wife and child excuse, but someone who has 4 doesn't.
Yours are self-sufficient.
No, because, they're older now. Exactly. Yeah.
Your kids take care of themselves.
Yeah, Jackson could babysit the other 3 while you go to Kenner with Mario's birthday party.
Okay.
You don't want to go eat a burger at Chili's tonight? Pathetic.
Now, nobody told me Chili's was
I was about to say,
involved.
I'll come to Chili's.
Yeah.
Well, Mario, we were just having a conversation during the break. He said, should I wait and get a burger at Chili's tonight, or should I go to curbside and get a burger and then get something different at Chili's tonight?
Probably just go to Smalls and get some burgers.
Hey, Smalls. Well, to me, that's a different thing.
It's a different thing, yeah.
But I do love Smalls.
I love curbside burgers.
You know how I feel about Smalls, Hester, but this time of day,
we all know how
it's
Mario
a little,
feels about Smalls.
A little heavy. That's an after 2 p.m. food.
dangerous for me is that the new place that I'm spending a lot of time around these smalls is literally like 100 feet away. The second location, and so every day when I drive out, I'm just staring at it, and it's just like, hey, you
Hello,
fat ass.
darkness, my old
Come
friend.
eat me. I'm so tasty. The smoss. I'm here for you, and the fries are just dancing through my head. So this is what I'm going to do, Mario. In honor of you, I'm going to chug this beer as a happy birthday to you. So, L'chaim, and happy birthday, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And before we start drinking champagne, having fun, if I can get serious for like a second.
Oh, okay.
The last year has been awesome for me, and working on this show is a big part of that. Year of a lot of growth for me, some necessary changes that I had to make, and I came out a lot better on the other side. So
there we go.
Enjoyed the past year. Very grateful to see another one.
Mario, you're going to make me cry.
Are there any traditional... I mean, obviously, it's just happy birthday in Spanish, which is what, Feliz cumpleaños?
Yes.
Cumpleaños feliz?
Yes.
But are there any Guatemalan sayings or traditions to wish happy birthday?
So a lot of people try to just translate the happy birthday and say Feliz cumpleaños a ti, but that's typically not what you do. What at least my family does is they sing the song in English, and then after they kind of do a little remix where they say, Ya queremos pastel, ya queremos pastel. In that melody, and it means we want cake. Even if it's a little piece, we want some cake.
Okay.
I love that.
Ya queremos pastel?
Close enough. Ya queremos pastel.
Hey.
Close enough.
Here.
Way better than
I like
could
that
have
so
ever
much.
attempted.
We could work on it.
We can work on
But
it.
I appreciate y'all for real.
Wow. It's really going for it.
That was awful.
Mario, I feel like you need to chug this bottle of champagne.
I'm down.
That went down so
He's like,
bad.
all right, well.
After the show.
Did we? I think we lost T-Bob. So T-Bob tried to just chug a room temperature beer.
Yeah, no, this stuff is so warm, and it is. So every time T-Bob comes to my house, he brings a case of Coors Light, and he drinks approximately 2 of them, but then he leaves the case.
Yeah.
And so I have all these cases of Coors Light, and it's like overflowing, even out of our outside of our outside fridge. Everyone's got that old outside fridge. We have that old outside fridge. And it's just full of Coors Light. And so these are the overflows that were just on my counter. And when I was walking out of my door, T-Bob sent me a text message and was like, do you have any Coors Light? Sir, do I have any Coors Light? I have all of it. So I brought the 4 nearest ones that were hot.
He's done. He's done. So T-Bob has walked out of the show. He is, I think he's officially done for the day. I don't know if he ever was really here, though. Because Lake Bob.
I was going to say, this seems like, I don't know what's going on with him today.
So it's his last lake trip of the summer.
Okay.
So this is the last one. He's been every weekend outside of maybe one for the entire summer. So he's gone up there.
I think he went to a different lake on that off weekend.
He did.
It's just a
That's
different
exactly
lake.
right. Up in North Louisiana. So I think he's gone 10 straight weeks to the lake, and this is the final one. Now he's got to do all the cleanup too, though. Because
Yep.
Lake house, you got to close it down for the summer. You got to put things up.
Although he can't clean it up yet because we were texting the other night and he realized that he had never invited any of his off the bench family to the lake. And he said that he was going to make that happen. So can't clean up yet.
That's not going to happen. I can't believe it was the first time that he realized that because I certainly realized it.
I considered it, but whatever.
I see videos, pictures, shenanigans of a lot of different people at the lake house. It's never
none of those
been
are
any
us.
of us.
Yep, none of us,
And it's not always been family.
I've always been a little offended, but I needed him to come to that on his own. And he did. He did, actually.
You should be way more offended than I. You've been with him longer.
Pretty offended, but, at this point, I'm used to it. This is like year 5 that I've not been invited, so.
That's very true. It's only year 2 for me.
Mm-hmm. And maybe it's like a separation of church and state kind of thing, like you can't be bringing your work friends.
Are we work friends? That's all we are, T-Bob?
I don't know. I feel like, though, this is a job. It does not feel like a job all the time, but it is a job. And what's happening there?
No, just seeing nothing.
This feels like a job. And so how whenever you work in an office or you work somewhere and you become weirdly close. I guess you haven't had those kind of jobs.
I don't know whatsoever.
Well, if you're listening, if you're in an office right now, think about it. You build these weird relationships with your work people. You show up, you're with them for more
time than probably anybody else in your life.
Right. And you're you have these work best friends. And then you go home And are they really your friends though? Like once you get home?
Or do you make the best out of the situation?
Right.
at work?
Like we're different because we are friends when we go home as well. But I've worked office jobs where I've been like just weirdly close with people, but then I go home and it's like I never think about them again. You know?
I guess
maybe we're like that. Maybe T-Bob views us that way.
Ooh, I don't like that. I don't really like that. So I guess not in the same vein, but so for me, playing like in the same spot for 5 years, great friends, best friends.
Yeah.
And you still, keep in touch with them, but not like you did. And like, so for like 5 years, you had these people that you saw every single day for 12 straight hours.
Yep.
You'd hang out on the weekends, be it at work or off the field. And then once that 5 years stopped, you still talk to them, but it's done. You don't see them. Now you can pick right back up when you see them, but it's like, that's true.
I know.
Like Mike Tolbert, for example, that's the first person that popped in my mind. Like we broke bread together a lot of times.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, like I hadn't seen Mike T probably in 3 years.
Right. I think I started experiencing that a little bit too with my kids. Like now that they're in school.
Yeah.
Like it's been so long since I've been in school, but they're in school and I build these relationships because they're so little, especially like with their teachers, because their teachers play this huge part in their lives and their development. And for like a whole year, you're with this person. And then like that last day of school, you're like, am I going to cry?
Yeah.
Like, am I going to miss you? But like, then you leave and you don't think about that person again.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I hope none of those teachers are listening right now. You just
kidding.
shot to the heart.
I love you.
Like what you're saying. You build this relationship and all of a sudden, like, this sounds even probably worse, but then you don't need each other's services anymore. They're not trying to keep your kid alive, and you're not trying to make sure they keep your kid alive. And you move on to the next one.
And do they even view you that way? Because they're just like doing their job. I know.
Do you get a fake smile every
Some
time?
realities that we're having to face right now.
It's not great.
All that to say, T-Bob doesn't think that we're real friends.
I really think that might be the case.
Where did he go?
I don't know. All right, we're going to do this. Let me see. Yeah, we'll take a break. We'll come back. I hope he's alive because I've never seen – he's a beer chugger. Like it's a skill that he has, but that didn't go down easy. He walked out. He might be in the hallway laid up. We're going to go check on him. We'll be back. More OTB.
OTB. OT.
Ah, there he is.
All right, T-Bob is alive, and so is All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. They are alive and well. Buying, leasing, renting, whatever.
Hey, wait.
you
Shout
need.
out All-Star.
Yeah. We've been talking about you in All-Star for like 2 weeks.
Are y'all getting a Sienna?
They're getting one.
Kevin might be.
Yep.
Yes, dude.
Which means the Hueys are all getting one
Why
because
so
they took it on trip.
You remain unconvinced?
Those features were incredible.
I
I'm
know,
not going to
dude.
lie to you.
I know.
There was
Is
a
it
phone
2022?
charging station.
Yeah, wireless,
well,
like
that's
right in the middle.
Interesting, because is that? It's been a while since you bought a new car.
It has been.
I don't know if that's the
Look,
most
I've been
unique
rolling around
feature.
in this 2011 Yukon
Yeah,
for
okay,
a
okay,
minute.
that
you know?
makes-
We like to call it Shakira.
That makes more sense now. You should
But,
go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
yeah.
Ooh, sweating a little bit.
I'm worried
It's
about
rough.
you.
It's never rough when you deal with All-Star Toyota, whether they're looking to buy new, used, rent, whatever. It's there for you to go to All-Star Toyota today, right there off Airline Highway.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from Barbecue Guys.
Charles Handegriff, join us for the next edition of Jimmy At's Game Time, presented by Bet Rivers. We'll be at Rufino's on Friday morning. Jimmy returns along with Bruce Marshall and Troy Macker. Jimmy At's Game Time, 10 a.m. on Friday on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I thought the hands of time would change me, and I'll be over this by now. Yeah, it's been too long since we got crazy. I'm lucky spinning out.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
He's back.
Yeah.
Back. I think it was the foam. I think we solved it.
It is, because I poured this one incredibly slow, and it's still really, really foamy.
And
but
you know
I
how when
still
you
see
chug
glass
that
in your eyes
foam,
right now.
It was bad, dude.
You see that?
I was sweating.
Glassy eyes.
Immediately sweating.
I was hoping you were just going to pour the beer on you and we were going to get a little bit of that reel that you posted.
It was a sharp pain in my chest. And then again, you know how it is when you swallow that much foam? It's like makes you want to immediately like throw up again. Oh, you like that reel yesterday, huh?
Took you a long time to get there.
A literal soaking wet thirst trap.
I saw that. It was like it started out pretty like you were like irritated that you were wet, and then it turned very sexual.
Yeah,
very quick.
The best part is he doesn't even know this. So we went over there together. Like we met up in the parking lot. We walked over. So my car was right by his.
Oh, did you watch him film that?
I walked behind the car and I saw him. Well, I just saw him do this. I didnn't know at the time it was going to be the thirst trap that it was.
It's always so awkward to watch somebody film something.
Then it came out.
To watch somebody like take a selfie or something. It's such
I've been watched so many times, and you just get used to being
But
watched.
it looks.
You know?
I thought you were doing like a practice thing though. I thought you were, hey, just let that you practice. Like I did not know you were doing like, no, I'm soaking wet. Let me put it out there.
Cash thirst
trap. I mean, it was you were. Did you all get that wet? What happened?
No, so meatheads.
Some Drew Barrymore in the rain stuff.
It started to pour rain, and all of the media just started to just scramble to find coverings. There was 2 meatheads that sat there and just took the rain.
3.
Oh, 3. Brody
Miller.
Brody did.
But yeah. So I also wanted to show that I'm a real man and that I was willing to stand in the rain.
Yep.
For practice.
Traps look great in the wet shirt.
Speaking of
So did my
LSU
nips.
football, I didn't mean to do this, but hey, these pants are kind of like
I thought they were
LSU
purple.
fan
Yeah,
adjacent.
They're almost purple. I was gonna call you.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what color they are. I mean,
Rivers Bob purple pants.
they're
but
technically
unfortunately
purple. Nike says.
Got a blue-ish. I think my blue pants are making them look more blue.
Yeah, probably.
But
I was actually almost didn't buy them because they were kind of LSU adjacent. And I get this weird thing. I'm in this place where if I casually wear purple or I casually wear yellow, people are like, but I mean, I'm saying if I wear yellow, people are like, you an LSU fan now?
I mean,
that's what I get a lot of.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just like, all right.
Wait, but hold on now, Jake.
I'm like
Probably
not
more
allowed
you than me. I have a pair of
I'm
maroon,
not allowed to wear.
like a maroon, like Virginia Tech maroon Nike pants that I love. And every time I wear them, like, those Alabama pants. I'm like, there's not even close to the
But
same
I feel
color.
like maroon, like crimson, that like shade is more of a neutral than like say purple. It's like you got to be careful. When I wear purple, people are like,
Are you a gold hardo over the yellow? Like, you don't acknowledge that LSU's actual color is yellow? Because I saw you correct Rivers from yellow to gold there. I'm just asking a question.
I'm just asking a question.
If people say yellow, I'm like, I kind of like whatever. It is yellow.
I think I'm just so used to saying purple and gold.
Yeah.
It is purple.
More
Oh,
than-
it's definitely. I mean, no, it's
I don't think
definitely
like I
correct way to
care
say it. Okay.
if somebody says yellow.
Well, I didn't know because this is a bit like the UL debate, right?
Which it's ULL.
Right. So
Yeah,
okay.
100%.
Wow.
University of Louisiana at Lafayette.
See, that's inconsistent.
What's
on your
ULM?
part.
Yeah, that's
Why-
disrespectful.
ULM.
That's disrespectful to ULM if you don't call it.
But
it's the exact same
It's
thing.
disrespectful.
If
They
ULM
change at the same time for the same reason.
Is ULM saying they want to be called UL?
But you don't get to just.
But you don't get to do that.
You don't get to do that.
Oh, wow. Problematic, guys. Problematic.
This isn't
For
like,
you against UL Monroe.
This isn't a
I'm saying
pronoun. It's
no,
not like
it
this is
kind
like
of
a.
is. It
It's an
kind of
actual
is.
technical name of a university.
No, it kind of is like a pronoun here. I don't think you
We
can
get to
just dictate what this university wants to be called.
So, like, any university can just decide they want to be called anything else and not go through the actual process
So
of changing their name?
UTEP's now Texas. Yep.
What does UTEP want to be? I would love to call UTEP Texas. That'd be hilarious if they wanted to be called
Isn't Bradley Del
UT.
Pivot there?
Is he really?
he
I mean,
is.
that's the ultimate I've been coaching football my entire life thing. If Coach Peep is now just grinding out in El Paso.
That beer's really old.
Can I ask a question? Because I've never thought about this before. What
Yes.
do, at practices, like, I pay attention to the coaches, but, like, I'm not really ever just, like, watching the coaches. What do coaches wear usually at practice?
Everybody wears something different.
Okay, well, I ask that because Derek Panamsky was, for some reason, I didn't even ask why, was at Mississippi State's practice this week.
Okay. Hell
And
yeah.
he, like, sent me some pictures. But he sent me the picture specifically to point out that Coach Leach was wearing cargo pants. Which
Weird.
I didn't even notice. Oh, was that weird?
I'm not
Now,
used to
cargo
seeing
pants are not the thing that you
I
see out
just
there.
don't know.
Now, equipment guys wear cargo shorts, but it's
Or those
for
cargo
the
shorts. I'm sorry, he had cargo
Okay.
shorts on.
That's what they wear them
material?
to hold.
What material? Like khaki?
Khaki cargo
Oh,
shorts.
weird.
And this is my response. My response to him was, you got to respect someone who just knows who they are.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like,
but-
know thyself, and Mike Leach is just khaki cargos.
No, but to your other question, that is
Is
odd for
weird?
the course.
Okay.
We had a
You never
conversation.
see khaki material out there.
Uh,
It's always
no, I
like
disagree.
windbreaker. Who wears khakis in practice? Not on game day.
Like
talking about
cloth
practice.
No,
khaki
yeah, I
pants,
mean, like
yeah.
like trainers and equipment staff all have khakis on.
Oh, I'm talking about the coaches.
Oh,
though.
okay.
I'm
I
talking about
thought
the
you said
coaches.
out there, so I meant.
No.
I guess I just wouldn't have seen. Oh, if I had been at that practice, I wouldn't have
Leach.
looked at Coach Leach and been like, "Why is he wearing cargo khakis?"
I think
you know?
the pockets maybe, but not the fact that it was khakis.
What do you think he's carrying in all those pockets?
There's no telling.
Snacks.
There's a super bad joke that I want to tell so bad. It's like the line I want to say every time I see somebody in cargo pants, but I don't think you can say it on the radio. I don't know. I'm not gonna-
Tidbits. What is it?
Well,
I don't
she
remember.
says
We'll
it,
look
she
it up.
says
We'll decide.
I mean, I
whether or
know
not
what
we
it
say
is. I'll tell you.
We
after.
decide
whether
we
or not we say
had
it during the
we had a whole conversation off campus about visor coaches yesterday and how like every coach outside of two that wears a visor is a cocky offensive coach.
Yeah.
Steve Spurrier,
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin, Eli Drinkwitz. I mean, every Chip Kelly.
You got that hair that does the thing.
Every
It's like, ugh.
coach that wears a visor is a cocky offensive coach
What about Kirby
outside
Smart, though?
of Kirby and Bob Stoops.
Okay.
That's the two defensive guys that we could find. We end up having a list of like 10 coaches. All wear visors, all cocky offensive guys. Now, being cocky is not bad. I'm not saying that is a bad thing.
Question about a visor.
Yeah.
Like a
What's the
technical-
purpose?
Exactly. That's the
The
question.
hell's the reason for it?
It's a question I think we're not addressing enough.
No, look, man. It's just
So
sun.
Switzerland.
It's just sun out of the eyes. It's quite simple.
But like, why don't you
But
just
you're
wear a
not
hat
protecting
then?
your and like I wear a
But you
backwards
wanna-
hat.
you
I
wanna
wear
let-
backwards
You
hats
want to
because
breathe on
I
your
like
hat?
the way it looks.
Yeah,
It has nothing to do with protection, but
In a hot environment, breathing in the head is obviously
But
crucial.
like, he'd be breathing in his hat if you wore this.
That is more impractical than a visor is. A backwards hat is
But that's
more
an
impractical
incredible
than a
hat.
visor is. No, it's a cool hat. It's a cool
I've
look.
actually, the last time he wore that, I sent a message. I was like, what hat is that? It's
I'm
a very
talking
cool hat.
function, not form. backwards hats are cool, but functionally they're very dumb.
But he
They
could
serve
wear
no
that
purpose.
forward.
Yeah, but
I
he's
could.
not. But he's not.
But I'm
That's not
inside.
what we're talking about.
But I'm inside.
But you wouldn't wear it
Is
forward.
this-
You don't know that.
Yeah,
Is-
I do.
No, you don't.
Is
Because you
wearing
don't see me outside of work.
Oh,
Wait.
here we go again.
Oh, that's true.
I said the lake
Wait.
thing is on me.
I have something maybe controversial to say.
Okay.
Is wearing a backwards hat kind of the same as like wearing your sunglasses like backwards on your head? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate when people do that. And they do it when they're inside or they're like, I guess mostly baseball players who are like, don't.
A lot of baseball players.
No, they're the same.
And I think it's kind of
But
dumb.
you
but
wear
is that
backwards
kind-
hats.
But I don't wear backwards sunglasses. You know,
No, but
like,
they're the same thing because they're both a style choice.
Is it style
You're doing it
choice?
for style.
Yeah.
You're not doing it for function. You could say maybe like function, I want to hold my hair back, and that's fair.
I wear hats because
Oof.
I don't want to fix my hair at 6:30 in the morning.
Ooh, direction
Yeah,
of the hat
absolutely.
shows the direction your life is going, Brennan. Wow.
Jeez,
Coming in.
heavy.
The hate for backward hats just seems really boomer to me.
It does.
No, I
Like-
mean, I love a backwards hat. I mean, you know.
I mean, the reason I wear so many hats though is I really don't want to fix my hair. at
Okay, so there's a functional
6:15 in
use
the
for it.
morning.
But the point on the visor is, if it's hot outside, I think look, you get shade on your eyes, and it keeps you a little cool because there's no cap on your head. And I think you never see or not never. It's rare to see a bald visor guy. I think
You're definitely not going to catch a bald visor guy.
that's what I'm saying. So I think
What a
guys
tan
like,
line.
I think guys like showing off the flow a little bit if they have.
Well,
a,
I mean, but your guys, I mean,
looking a little bald in the rain.
Coach
right
Kelly's looking a little thin up
I don't know,
there.
does Coach Kelly wear one during a game?
Hopefully
Do we
he's
know?
hitting that with some sunscreen.
I don't
You know
know
if
if
he
he
wears one
does, to
during
be
the
honest.
game?
I'm not entirely sure, Jake.
I don't know either.
Guess you'll see.
Hey, could you get this feet video ready to play there?
I don't know
Paulie,
what's about
with
to happen,
sound?
but feet video.
You see the
is-
Instagram video here?
Yeah.
I want to break this video down with the crew. Tell me when you've got it. Yeah. So look, I missed the lake conversation. I apologize. I don't know why we have not had an OTB Lake weekend. I have
Well, I mean,
He tried to during the break. He tried to gaslight us like it was our fault that he had not invited us to the
Yep.
lake.
I tried to gaslight.
Is it because Danny owns half of it?
I tried to gaslight you, and yet we checked the tape and we checked the text, and I said out of nowhere the other night, I don't know why we've never had
nowhere.
an
We were
OTB.
having a conversation about you always going to the lake.
No, oh, well, okay. So maybe not completely out of nowhere, but a bit out of nowhere. And I said, I have no idea why we didn't have an OTB Lake weekend. It's completely on me, and we'll fix it next year. I didn't say next year, but I guess it's kind of implied. Unless we wanted to do like a Christmas sort of visit or something along those lines.
Oh,
You
wow.
got that video ready to roll?
Backwards visor guy.
What's up? The Instagram at 9 o'clock?
How about that?
Would you upload your feed for Mercedes?
Don't like that.
It might be a complication with Instagram that's not letting it like.
We don't get to watch the
Should we
feet
take
video.
a? Should we,
Should we maybe go to break
there's
since
no
it's time to
feet
go to
in.
break?
I actually know what video you're talking about now. There's no actual feet in the video.
Let's take a break, and then we'll break down a couple of videos next here on OTB.
OTB, OT.
GEAUXroof.com. That's GoRoof.com. 927-8300 is the number. 927-8300. Go to Go Roof today, and look, man, get all your roofing needs taken care of. When they answer the phone, hit them with the roof, and y'all both have a good chuckle. Then you're going to be like, okay, but hey, seriously, I think I have something wrong with my roof. See how easy it is to set up a time, get somebody out there, get that free professional estimate, get an idea of what it's like to work with the professionals at Go Roof. Then you get that estimate, you make a fully informed decision about what you want to do next. The work begins. Everybody's licensed, bonded, and insured. If insurance covers it, great. If not, they're going to work with you to find monthly payment options that work for your budget. Maybe get a clean bill of health. Awesome. But then they go out of their way to give you peace of mind after the work is done. A 2-year workmanship guarantee on top of the manufacturer warranty. Go to GEAUXroof.com, GoRoof.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors.
Fridays off the bench. Hear from new 5-star commit Shelton Sampson to kick off the show. Plus, a full recap of what the boys saw at LSU football practice.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Trying to think about whether or not OTB should start an OnlyFans. If that sounds interesting to you.
If that sounds interesting, if that's something you'd be interested in.
I mean, it's not to be like, everybody thinks OnlyFans is just like a sexual thing, but I was telling them that there's this girl who works for Barstool, and she was like, I'm just going to start an OnlyFans, you know, and all I'm going to do is post, like, excess photos. Like, you can't post every picture that you ever take to Instagram, because then it gets too much, right? Yeah. So she's like, I have all these pictures that they don't quite make the Instagram cut. I'm going to upload those to OnlyFans. Like, they're pictures I would show my mom, and then it's $30 to subscribe. She has, like, within a week, 800 subscribers.
So, okay.
And she's not doing anything, like, below board. Like, she's just posting pictures of her life.
I think you meant below the waist, but this
like
is
above
what I would
board
say.
is
yeah,
like a thing?
No.
Above board.
Is below board a thing?
Well, to me, below board is more like you're doing something illegal.
Right.
Right? Because you're keeping it above board, not like sexual. And below the waist was just a joke trying to play off of that.
Well, no, it's not funny.
Well, yeah. Okay, I'll say this. First off, you are right. OnlyFans originally started not as something sexual. It was supposed to be if, like, you know, you wanted to have more access to somebody that you're a fan of.
It's sexual because it's Barstool. I don't think that's true.
I think, no. I think, though, I will say that I think that Woodruff there, I do think that the majority of those people are signing up expecting
sexual things,
thirst traps and
but
stuff.
she's not posting them.
But doesn't necessarily have to include a nipple or anything, right?
She's just posting pictures of her going out to bars.
Oh, okay. Well then let's see after the initial rush. Let's see where the subscriber count goes and whether or not it holds.
Well, it doesn't
on.
really matter at this point because people.
No, she got a huge
You're right.
24K payday, dude. And
So
like
at this point, she could just shut her OnlyFans down and like be like, all right, I tried it.
that's what I'm saying. And even like the majority of those, or not the majority, but like a lot of those people are not going to unsubscribe. If you're subscribing to that for $30 a month out of nowhere, you're probably to the point where like you have so many that you're not exactly staying on top of them. And so I feel like, even if she never posts anything, like she will retain a number of those and just get a little extra income.
So the question is, should we start an OTB OnlyFans?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, dude.
A little behind the scenes content?
Maybe so.
Maybe you save those thirst traps just for the OnlyFans?
Yeah, I think the problem is that it's like, we're already very open,
Yeah,
right? And as Dilly says, like it was normally about, it was originally about interacting with celebrities that you normally like can't like get to, like big time people.
Yeah.
And then it became very empowering for women who are like, oh wait, you're telling me I don't have to have some studio abuse me and take all of my money, and I can just make money directly from my fans? Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
So there was one time, Rivs, that I went to T-Bob. This was kind of when we first started doing the show together. And I was like, hey, let's do a segment called Confessions.
Okay.
We're going to call it Confessions, and we're going to have like Usher lead music.
Love
and
that.
Confessions, right? And we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to tell some stories of things that like you wouldn't really necessarily tell. And it's going to be not greasy. I don't want to say greasy, but it's going to be like, oh, man, that's on the line there. And T-Bob goes, I'm pretty open. I'm an open book.
I literally do that on the air every day.
That's what he said. He goes, I do that like every
Have you seen the post-show show?
And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
I don't know.
You're probably right. So like I have built this whole segment. T-Bob goes, I'm pretty open book.
I just don't know what even could I escalate to get to that point. I mean, I don't know. I probably am a bit, too much.
One of the confessions that I had when we did this, it was me and Brock Heward, and it was like I took the last of the milk from my coffee that morning, and I added some water to the milk jug and shook it up, put it back in the fridge, like I didn't take the last bit of milk for other people's coffee in the house. And that was my confession for the day. Like,
I
hey,
love that confession.
I did that.
That is a move that would never even cross my mind. I never even thought about that.
Okay, see, but that's the kind of stuff that I was going to get out in that segment. It's once a week.
That show already exists. It's called The Post-Show Show. If you never watched it, go find it on Facebook and embarrass T-Bob because he is just...
It's problematic. I hope that we
There were
deleted
so
it.
many lines. I tried to draw some lines because T-Bob was all about like creating content and be who you are, and there's no boundary I won't cross. And I remember being like, all right, T-Bob, my mother-in-law watches. Like, maybe let's just draw some lines. And he was adamant. And then he would go out of his way to talk about something that I asked to not talk about just because he wanted to prove a point. And so now, several years later, he's marinated it in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Those videos, I think, still live on Facebook somewhere.
I am
He's sweaty palmed hoping they got scrubbed.
To hide. Look, I'm not going to put boundaries on my creative spirit.
That's what he would tell me.
So y'all did this once a week, every day?
Every day.
Every day?
We did it every day.
Every day.
For how long? Like
however long we wanted. It was minimum of like 30 minutes,
Yeah.
maximum of like an hour and a half. I mean, we sometimes.
Did y'all make
were
anything
just hanging
off
out.
of this show, or y'all just like...
No.
Hard to get sponsors when you're talking about dildos constantly. It was not the easiest.
Who?
That's what I would tell him. I'd be like, T-Bob, if we ever want to make this thing something, maybe we got to rein it in.
Who all was on this show?
It was me, T-Bob, and Nathan.
But to be clear, it was never about getting sponsors. That was never the point.
It was just about hanging out.
The point of it was to get reps on mic, develop on-air chemistry, personality, talk about things that you couldn't talk about on the show. It was very avant-garde, very experimental.
It's probably why, I mean, honestly, if you think about it, now that you put it in those terms, maybe that's why we communicate so easily, like on air together.
Spent a lot of time together.
We did.
Wow. It's almost like I was right. How fascinating. What a fascinating turn
We
this
actually had
conversation
some,
has taken.
we had some regulars.
Yeah, we did. Look, Ava
Ava,
was in
yeah,
there. Zach Moe was in there. Nookie was in there quite
Uh-huh.
often. Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun.
The whole premise, though, was what we were supposed to show up every day with like an article. That's how it started. Everyone brought one article about anything they wanted.
Okay.
and then you got to like present your article, talk about it, and then we discussed. And so Nathan and I would bring these like business articles or like whatever. And T-Bob, you know,
Lies.
can you imagine? Can you imagine what articles T-Bob was coming with?
Yeah, can you imagine what articles Rivers was coming with? It was not Business Weekly, okay? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, okay, maybe that was Nathan.
Lies.
Maybe that was Nathan.
Lies.
And then we would have guest people. Tony would come on sometimes.
Speaking of business.
Tony, like from Colchester?
Tony Lightfoot.
And he would just talk about British news for 2 hours.
Me and
Forgot about
Danny,
Tony. That was my first producer when I got here was Tony.
I made Danny host one, and it was just me and Danny. Danny was like hyper uncomfortable.
What noise
on the mic.
did you just?
Can I see that?
And I don't think I made
Send me the video.
I don't think I made
Danny is highly uncomfortable. The full video.
I don't think I made
Mario
him any more
needs
comfortable.
that video.
I don't think I made him any more comfortable when I made him discuss the story of a prison guard.
Oh, look, we have
who
so many
had
post-show fans.
Man, y'all are lucky Troy LaBeouf answered the phone. It was about to be OTB with Cade Wazan and Danny, which I would have loved.
That would have been excellent. But no, the one day that Danny did host me when it was just me and him, I made him discuss a story of a prison guard who was found guilty of sexually assaulting inmates and had an exceptionally large and smelly phallus. You have never seen anyone more uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable thinking about it. I really wish I had never done it. But again, a lot of times it's hard to know where that line is unless you cross it a couple of times, right? Like,
Buddy, your line is so in the distance sometimes.
If I'm an inspirational, what do these inspo bros and brodettes always say on Insta? What do they always say? You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Okay.
I say that to my fitness classes.
Exactly. And that's all I was trying to do was make y'all comfortable being uncomfortable. Okay.
That's true. You know what? There's very little you can say at this point that's going to actually make me uncomfortable. But I'm just proud. We've got like 4 or 5 people who were like, oh, RIP the post-show show.
The real ones.
We did. We actually had some real viewers there.
Greg, Avo, Brian, our boys. Hey, do you have that Twitter picture of Charles Martinet ready to go? Can you show the Twitter picture really quickly, Paulie? I want to show y'all. Okay, this guy is a vibe. Am I wrong? We're good. Charles Martinet. He's a large individual, giant gold chain, black mock turtleneck, pink blazer, long white hair. What do you think this guy does?
If you put that on an Instagram influencer, she would get so many likes.
Well, okay, what do you think this guy does for a living? Or I don't think
He
ever
owns,
get whatever he wants.
Wait. He's a horse racer. He owns horses.
No, but I actually love that guess.
Okay.
He looks like he would own horses. He has a net worth of $10 million.
Okay.
Casino.
Tech.
No, but I could see both those, right? Yeah, tech guys normally because you get like weirdos. You get like I say weirdos in a loving way. You get weirdos who.
He's a mayonnaise guy. He owns a mayonnaise company.
Nope. Hit the video, Paulie, and you'll see why Charles Martinet got so famous. Started 39 seconds.
Don't need time
for the phone to ring, or in those days, the pager to go off. And sure enough, it was a friend of mine. He said, hey, you should go crash this audition. It's for a real-time animation system. And I said, there is absolutely no way I would ever crash an audition. I'm a professional actor. Where do I go? And I have no idea why, but I left the beach. I went to this audition. I walked in as the producer walked out the door, and I said, can I read for this? And he literally had that moment of like, oh, gosh. All right, come inside. We'll set the camera up. You're an Italian plumber from Brooklyn for this company called Nintendo, and the character's name is Mario. Make up a voice, make up a video game, start talking, and whenever you run out of things to say, that's your audition. I heard action, I said, hello, I'm a Mario. Let's make a pizza pie together. You go get some sausage, I'm gonna get some spaghetti. We're gonna put spaghetti and sausage in the pizza, and then I'm gonna chase you the pizza. And if I catch you the pizza, you got to eat the pizza. When I got that phone call, Mr. Miyamoto would like you to be Mario in a game. Woohoo! Mario time! I had absolutely no intention of being an actor whatsoever. I was dreadfully shy.
How did he get from the guy we just saw in that video to Pink Blazer guy?
It must have been the pandemic, because Pink Blazer guy is 2022, and that video is from 2018. Okay. So, yes.
COVID did that to him?
Yes, at some point, COVID made Charles Martinet. And it's funny because I've always known Charles Martinet's name, and I knew he's Mario. I had never seen him until this morning, when I don't know why I don't know how it all came about, but I thought that was pretty fascinating. I love seeing famous voices that come out in real time from the actual actor's body because it always looks weird.
I think I saw a
Mm-hmm.
A video is what I was trying to say, and you said body, and then I got weird.
Body,
Anyways, I saw
Yeah.
I saw a video from like Comic-Con or something this year where Nickelodeon was doing a thing, and it was the voice of SpongeBob and Rugrats.
Oh,
Tommy, and then Angelica, and then someone
Tommy's
else.
a woman.
A woman.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
so is Bart Simpson is as well.
Yeah.
And then someone
Very
else
famous.
from.
She has a master class for voice acting, actually.
Timmy Turner's a woman too.
It makes sense. A lot of youth males are voiced by females.
But they were just like doing a video to like come to Comic-Con. It's like all 4 of them, and they were doing their voices though, and it's weird to watch the voices come out of the actual humans.
So I agree. Just like it was weird watching
Yes.
Charles Martinet just now, and it's very funny because I don't know if nowadays if you were casting an Italian plumber that you would
That's
go with
problematic a little.
a random old white guy. But Martinet is Mario, which is odd because Chris Pratt is now Mario, and I wonder what is Chris Pratt's Mario voice going to be like. I think Charlie Day is Luigi, which I think is fantastic, but I wonder what the hell Chris Pratt is going to sound like trying to play Mario, because you can't play it just like Chris Pratt, but you also can't play it like full, like it's me, Mario. Like that's a little problematic. I wonder if
is he Mario? Like
no, he's definitely. I mean, I think he probably goes with something akin to his voice in the Lego movie.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
Who's
a very good movie.
Who's Hank Hill? Who's that voice actor? That's who I want to meet.
Is that? I wonder.
Mario,
is that Mike Judge?
Can you hit it, Mario, so I can just hear it?
Oh, dang it, Bobby.
I wonder who.
Let's see.
I love the fact that
Mike Judge. Oh, so like
so it
the
is
guy.
Judge.
Yeah,
It is the
yeah,
guy. It's the
yeah.
guy that started it all.
Yeah. Bobby's a woman.
Okay.
There you go, dude.
I love the fact that I do 2 shows. Both my co-hosts are Bobby. And
Oh, I
I can
always
use
forget-
that drop.
Bobby T and Bobby C.
I always forget that Brittany Murphy was Luann.
I had no idea, Brittany.
I knew that, but I forgot.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P.
I've been on a
She's a
weird
legend.
kick with like short clips from King of the Hill, and in one of them, Bobby asked him like, "What if somebody wants their steak well done?" And Hank goes, "We ask them politely but firmly to leave."
Booger.
McFarlane.
Yes.
You're well done.
Booger, well done, and
Ketchup.
ketchup. Yes.
Oh.
A little.
I almost said Joe Judge when talking about who did the Hank Hill voice.
He failed me last night. Don't want to talk about that.
Which that was also in the document today. They don't have an OC. They're just like straight up letting Matt Patricia and Joe Judge like alternate calling.
Patricia,
plays.
who was once the defensive coordinator. for
And
the
there's all
Patriots.
kinds of reports coming out of Patriots camp that the offense has been awful, but we'll see. All right, when we get back, let's close out with a little Ask the Bench. We need 9 more likes, hit that 100, and please the algorithmic God so y'all know what to do. I do want to remind you, go to DraftKings if you want to do any gambling. Okay, over the weekend. It's going to be a very fun weekend. Remember, right now, promo code Baton Rouge, you get that risk-free $1,000 bet. So if you feel very good about something, you go all in on it if you want. Only gamble with one you can afford, obviously. But you can do a big bet. And if you lose, you actually get a second shot to try to win once again. So that is DraftKings Sportsbook app, promo code Baton Rouge. Download it today and have some fun.
21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. Minimum $5 deposit. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. 7867.
Ask the bench next.
OTB, OT.
ITI Technical College. ITIcollege.edu is the website. Semester starts in about 2 weeks here, y'all. And so if you've been toying with the idea of investing in yourself, maybe going back to school, maybe trying to learn a trade where you can, change your life for the better, ITI College is there for you, man. And it's local, okay? And it's family owned. It's not some national for-profit BS, okay? You go in there. They cater to the Louisiana industry. There's a lot of expansion going on here right now. So if you've thought about getting into drafting or construction management, they can get you that AOS degrees in 2 years. Go to ITI Technical College. Take a tour of the campus. See it for yourself. ITIcollege.edu.
Yeah, fall classes start on August the 29th. So go ahead, go to the website today, iticollege.edu. Give them a call. Speak to admissions, 877-591-1070. Also, go see the campus like T-Bob mentioned over on Airline Highway. Again, go to iticollege.edu, iticollege.edu.
This week on dropbiscuit.com or wherever you listen to podcasts is our new series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story. Pops is brought to you by New Orleans & Company. Check out neworleans.com and come visit New Orleans.
Go back to school in style with the new our pre-owned vehicle from Corvell Toyota in Opelousas. It's an easy process, and vehicles are getting to our lot weekly. Make the decision now or reserve your new Toyota today. Come on down to Corvell Toyota in Opelousas. That's Happy Town, USA.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
And inviting you to join me along with coaches Todd Black and Jimmy Roy as we kick off another season of Louisiana Prep Weekly. LHSA Executive Director Eddie Bonine joins us Sunday night at 6 live from Walk-Ons in Town Center on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
But first, Tears for Fears.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
There we go. It's Friday. Tears for Fears while drinking beers. How appropriate as we are drinking delicious Coors Light.
I'm glad that you picked it up. You know, we got here, I was a little concerned about you.
No, I just
Your
tried to
vibes
go...
were off.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Vibes are bad.
I know.
Look, we knew pre-show that it was going to be the final
it was just in
lake
the air,
trip
dude.
is going to be.
Was it?
It was just in the
You put
air.
it out in the universe and then it happened.
It could have been partially a self-fulfilling prophecy, sure. You know, those things happen sometimes. But right now, let's do the last of the bench. Brought to you by Cold Coors Light, Vizzy Art Tilted Blue. You can keep that music playing, by the way.
What I'm doing, my bad.
You act like it's his birthday or something.
Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet. Happy birthday, Mario.
Mario, 29?
8.
28. Sorry.
28.
Add a year to you both.
Yes, sir. 2 more to my 30s, baby. Hell yeah.
Hunt Palmer says, ask the bench, I just spilled my drink on my white shirt. Should I go home to change or go
No.
on YouTube with a huge stain in my shirt?
Huge stain.
Ugh. It sucks, huh?
I mean, like, are we talking a huge stain, like, full, like, center whatever? Or is it just, like, kind of like a...
I think you got to go home.
Really?
You think you got to go home, of all people?
Yeah.
I spill so much stuff. I can't go home
You
every
were
time I
talking
spill
about
something.
having a stain in your
Yeah,
shirt
well, it's
earlier
because,
today.
like, randomly, like, I put the shirt on and it looked fine this morning. And then I'm looking at it, it's, like, got, like
The light hit it?
toothpaste and
Yeah.
kind of the light hit. I'm like, what the hell, man?
That's like when I put my makeup on and then I walk out into the natural light and I'm like, ah, I don't like that in. Ah.
That's a good noise.
That face was...
Hey, AggiTempBR.com. Service to the highest degree. AC, heating, and electrical needs. You already know you want to go to AgTemp. Look at the online reviews, y'all. Come on. Ask the bench. Can I get a shout out? Wife and I having a gender reveal party tomorrow for our first child. Can't wait. Just want a healthy baby. Hell yeah, Gulf South. Hell yeah, man. I hope you all have a great time. And it's going to be wonderful no matter what. Ask the bench. How would you react if you have a teenage son and you find an OnlyFans charge on your account?
I mean, honestly, I'd be you know why I'd be pissed? You don't have to pay for porn now. Just watch the free stuff.
But then,
Just watch the free stuff. Why are you spending my money?
But then there's a part of me that's like, look, son, I appreciate that you wanted to support the creator. Like, I appreciate
Why
that.
are we wasting
That
money?
is not what he's thinking about.
Wait, why are we lighting my money on fire?
That's not what he's thinking about, but it's
No.
what he's doing. Does that
Yes.
change it?
Yes, it does, because it's not his intent. That's kind of Rivers' whole point.
Just watch the free stuff.
I mean,
Yes.
look, I feel you. We grew up in a free age, but like, we all want to be paid for our work. So
Yeah.
you don't think she should be paid for
No,
her work?
I agree with the principle. I'm just saying the 12-year-old kid that's watching that is probably not.
When he
in
makes
that-
his own money,
But
when
does
he
he
makes
have to be?
when that 12-year-old makes his
That's
own money,
fair.
then he can spend it on OnlyFans.
That's fair. I'm going to be like, look, what's your login, son?
Hey, wait, that
We're
actually
gonna have
made
to
me
talk about
that
this.
made me think that makes me think of something that occurred to me this week. So you remember when we were young and an album would come out, like a CD, a new CD, and we would be so excited. We'd ask for it for Christmas or like a holiday, or we'd save our money up and we'd go buy it. Kids don't have to buy CDs anymore. They just go to Spotify. They listen to music for free, which I know is part of the whole problem. But like, our kids are never ever gonna have to like.
No.
Have to go get the Busta Rhymes Got You All in Check.
And you
CD
can buy
at
the
Sam
singles.
Goody.
I used to buy so many
I'll buy
singles.
singles for
Oh
sure.
my
I
gosh.
had to hide Big Pimpin' in the top of my closet so my mom couldn't find it. I'll never forget.
Spinning G's.
Oh man! And now kids are just like Alexa. Play,
OTB,
blah, blah, blah.
OT.
Might still be at the lake, actually. That's the closet that I
Alexa,
hid it in.
Alexa, play Juvenile.
Quick, do a Mario impression.
I hope that everyone's
Do a Mario
thing just
impression.
did.
That was a Gas Vince thing.
Nope.
Do a Mario impression.
That seems problematic.
It's a time to read the Gotros Outdoor Power. Hey, yapoo. Go to GoTrosOutdoorPower.com.
wasn't even good.
GoTrosOutdoorPower.com. Oh, wow. Man in the arena quote, okay? Classic. Want to sit in judgment, but not willing to step in the arena yourself, okay? Let's leave the criticism for those that do, okay? And I have no critique of GoTros because they make it easy over there at GoTros Outdoor Power, the largest hustler dealer in Louisiana. If you need any hustler equipment, go to GoTrosOutdoorPower.com. They got 2 locations. You get free delivery anywhere in the state. You get full access to the parts and service departments. We love y'all. Y'all have a great weekend.
Go check them out today in their 2 locations in the Baton Rouge area, Baton Rouge and Gonzales. You can go check it out today, GoTrosOutdoorPower.com, where they do make it easy.
Before we begin any electrical work here, we perform a home safety check that begins at your electrical panel to make sure that you and your family are safe. For all your upgrades, installations, and repairs, call Mr. Electric.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Vizzy, the first hard seltzer with antioxidant vitamin C. It just hits different. Vizzy, step up your seltzer game.